Here we go.
Mm,
Oh, I can see like the stuff move on visor,
what move?
like on the top right. Like you
Oh,
know, how,
this.
like there's a yeah, like I can not you drawing, but like the waveform.
Yeah, yeah, I see it.
It's kind of cool.
No. Okay, so how do you? Oh, you have to scream. It's like a. Okay, I get it. I get it.
I get it.
So.
Let the VOD play for a second so that visor picks it up when you start.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. Twitch TV. I actually quite liked the responsiveness of YouTube VODs, but they don't have YouTube VODs, do they? It's probably part of the 90 million deal.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
You'd have to go
could be.
on Twitch, and that's a pain in the booty. Unless
Mm-hmm.
you download them.
Yeah, you can't put them into Visor when they download it, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure not.
Oh, that's lame.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. Why are you playing? Okay, that's why you're playing. Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, Malik Forte.
Okay. So let's jump in. The wrong man? Always wrong?
Wrong.
Sideshow.
Uh, Wrong
Okay,
man.
so coming into what's this? Let's look at this. Coming into this match, New York Excelsior and Seoul Dynasty die the least often of all teams in the Overwatch League. So that's supposedly by 10, right?
Mhm.
That's the only. I mean, it could be a total value, but I mean that wouldn't make too much sense. Okay, okay, that's interesting. I mean, it makes sense though because they win the most, but and they have the highest fight win rate according to Winston Slap too. So
Yeah.
okay, so this once again is like standard soldier, um, Anazen, right?
hmm Yeah. Nothing too out of the ordinary. The one thing that I did notice when I was doing mine was like, well, look at where Miro is.
Yeah, it's sort of hiding it, right?
Yeah, like he's covering Tracer, but it's weird.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
normally, I think when they played last time, is that he held the close, or he or New York normally that they shoot that recon arrow pretty standard. I think it was against Houston maybe, but I think they want to like hunt Winstons that are just sitting there. Like they
mm-hmm.
get up on the high ground and they just like scatter arrow you, and it's a pain. So I guess they're hiding that, but they're also trying to cover Tracer as well. So it's I don't know, it's weird. It's interesting.
Why do you play the Hanzo here?
So the only thing that I can kind of come up with is like look at all the good defensible positions. Like look at the house that like Jay Hung's in. Look at the house to the left. Look at the point. Like it's all enclosed areas. So it's really good for recon arrow because it being in a house kind of already just restricts your movement to begin with. So it's very easy to predict when and where people are going to peak. Not only that, but I think that scatter arrow is just going to cleave immensely through houses, and you have Libero, probably one of the better Hanzo players in the world. So it's kind of a niche pick, but I feel like it does like a similar job compared to like a Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Close, but not the same, but close.
Why not Widow though? Because of the scatter arrow stuff, but
Well, I mean, who plays Widow? You put Libero on Widow?
hmm. I mean Sabiobi, right?
Well, then
Or
you
you
who plays
why do
Tracer?
you not play Pine then?
Well, that's a good fucking question. I don't know.
Was he in A at this point?
I have no idea. I would assume not, but I don't know.
I mean, like the first thing I see is like already this is sort of strange, right? Like to have the Zen posted up here. I don't know if he's actually visible where he's standing there. Probably not, right? So, just to not get like okay, so peeking that like what if it is a widow? Like, I mean, they can sort of expect it not to be, but
I would
oh, this is
assume that,
soldier. I'm stupid.
yeah,
Oh, it's
it's
soldier
soldiers
and
then.
Zen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I'll keep checking them. Okay, okay.
I almost kind of want Toby to play Mercy with this comp though, because
Mhm.
I feel like Jae just gets like instantly popped like all the time, especially in this match.
Yeah.
So if you just pocket him and then you can like pocket Flutta when you're trying to be a little bit more offensive and there's not a lot of pressure, I feel like that probably fits better.
Mhm. How does Jonah get Jaehong here? Where's Jonah?
That's a question.
Do we see where Jonah is? I think Jonah is just right-clicking cross map into people. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Huh. I mean, okay.
Look at all these tight jokes. Like you just scatter arrow for free.
Sure.
Just find people.
Sure, yeah. I mean, does it build into anything, though? Do you want the Hanzo?
No, it doesn't, and that's like the stylistic choice that I think a lot of teams have to ask themselves when they like draft defaults is, are we going point to point or do we want a snowball? Like, do we want something that's going to be good on both points or do we want to just focus on what's in front of us first?
Yeah.
Because yeah, like Hanzo doesn't do that great into point B, but like it's great for point A. So just you gotta take point A first, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like that's not too big of a trouble, but okay. I honestly prefer because like attacking it unless your team really really sucks for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Getting A, I feel like you can play the most ridiculous stuff, still get the job done by just moving correctly,
Mm-hmm.
and then have something that builds out of it, right?
I mean, I agree with you. I think that snowballing, or maybe snowballing is the wrong word. Picking a composition that's going to be good for both A and B, especially on 2 CP maps, is something that is maybe underlooked or maybe it's overlooked. I don't
Mm.
know. But talking to a few people, some people want to take it map by or point by point. It's like, okay, well, we have to take point A, so let's draft a comp that does really well on point A, and it might not do great in point B, but that's when we swap.
Mm-hmm.
There's teams that swap a lot, and then there's teams that just kind of tend to just draft very standard things. So I feel like it's very stylistic.
This is absolutely crazy again. I mean, yes, he gets Jaehyung early, but
Yeah, it's
I mean,
just
come
out
on.
racing him. They'll watch those support ults though, because I when I was watching this and I just got done watching this,
Arc
if I
has ult
remember
too.
correctly, it
This is
wasn't.
also crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, just watch,
Jesus.
just watch.
Double pop. Oh.
And they lose position. I mean, yeah, he's covering the res, but it's like you just spent two to win.
How did? Wait. What?
Mono jumps in, dies.
Okay, let's see it
Arc
again.
pops ult to res, and then Jonat covers with
So they take position.
trains.
Whew. What kills? Jesus Christ. This is. Okay, so they. Mano is here, and he's almost out of bubble.
Yeah.
And this is a hard call, right? This is a hard target call, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we should probably see a massive charge coming up for Jaehong here because of damage. Oh, not even that much. Interesting. Who's actually dealing most of the damage here? It's Fleta, right?
A lot of munchkin, I would guess.
Oh, Fleta and Zumba, actually. Look at this. So he's damaging. He's doing a little bit. No. Yeah, okay. And then they drop, and they can't even defend the soldier, and that's, I don't know. Wow.
I mean, you kind of see why he's going down, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I don't even think you should pop Trance. It's like, all right, so your Valk's already popped. Okay, go for the res. If you get it, great. If you don't, okay, whatever. We've only invested one.
Can't help but feel that this is a cooler mismanagement of Mano. Like, look at this again. Like, okay, so they're not. So they run up, right? And he drops way early and has to use presumably both his jump and. Wait, so. Where is he at this point?
Coming
He's
through me.
already down there.
He's already he's at another point.
So now he hasn't received damage yet, but.
No, I think he bubbled and he's fighting in bubble at this point.
Yeah, the bubble was out way early.
A little bit disjoint, yeah. And then they try to overcommit with double support alt, which is
No, it's like this, right? Yeah.
yeah. And then they just collapse.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is crazy damage also. Like, let's be real, but. Oh, Munchkin's also coming in hard. Yeah. But, I mean, yes, this is crazy amounts of damage, but I feel like he probably was down there too early. Like this, if you coordinate this a little bit better, right? So, and I don't know if Mano even needs to go high ground and then drop. But, like, if you coordinate this a little bit better and you have your soldier already contesting, then you can suppression fire this, as well as Jonak.
Yeah.
And then then he has at least enough space or time to jump up. Right?
I guess the only thing I can think of there, if you know you're kind of marking him on positioning, is that they're really not playing against a Genji. So they're trying to like bait out where Fleta is in terms of position, and I'm not even too sure if he's on the left or not. I don't know where he is. Is he on the left hand side?
Who?
Yeah. Okay, so he's by the Mega Fleta.
Yeah.
So they like, you don't want the monkey to commit hard on the right, because then you can't rotate quickly to the left because you have to burn jump to get up there. I guess you try to play to the middle, so once Fleta kind of pops out, then you can spend leap to kind of push him out so that, you know, Libero has, you know, full reign on the high ground.
Yeah.
But it was just disjointed, I think.
It's honestly pretty good focus by, or like misplay perception by Seoul. Pretty good. I mean, they res Mano, and at that point it's not over, but that Libero dies is also, I don't know, through 2 support ultimates?
Not even sure why Miro pops out, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
like the fight's over. They've spent 2 ults. It's like, okay, cool. Well, we should be able to clean this up pretty easily.
Yeah, and he's just jumping around, and Jonek is already at 40% again.
Yeah.
It's like 60% in front of 50% in front of Jaehong at this point. It's crazy. Okay. Oh. Yep. So much for that. Okay. Do you start to dry hand right here? As you probably have to, right?
Work?
I mean, Jonak already has a trance basically, so.
Yeah, you could push for this.
Yeah.
You could make a play, but I don't know.
Seeing how high Jonak is, this is crazy. He has now 1 ultimate on Jaehong.
Pretty much, yeah. He's lapped him at this point.
Yeah. Now it's exactly 1 ultimate. Jesus Christ.
I like this positioning from Fleta though.
Mm-hmm.
But Crossfire is really nice.
Yeah.
They just don't get it for free.
Yeah. It's easily, you can just easily run off there.
I didn't understand the nano boost here.
Oh,
He's not in
what?
he's not in danger of getting picked or anything. They just nano him and he doesn't do anything.
Nice.
He just hangs out. I mean, yeah, like the diva bomb's there, but it's just
Mm,
like it wasn't there about 5 seconds ago,
yeah.
and the nano boost was. So it's like bit of a bit of a waste.
Yeah. Definitely true, yeah. Hmm. Okay. I mean, this is dead in the water already. I feel like so far it's Seoul's focus and Flatter's positioning just winning this. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely not Jae-Hong. I mean, you should have no business. They're not winning
They do
this
a good
one, do
job
they?
staggering it. No, I don't think so. I think it's just a long stagger.
Okay, so they do get the second tick though. So okay, Jae-Hong.
Mako out, Mako dead. Well, they actually
Oh,
might
not
hold
dead.
that. No, maybe not. Ah, yeah, they don't. I
Ooh,
remember that.
okay. Yeah, I don't think they should win that actually.
Yeah, no. They did a good job at staggering it out, but
Oh, you're right. You're completely right. Thanks. Uh, my channel. Um, NYXL Seoul with.
and if I remember correctly, this match was played before London, right?
Thanks. Yes, it was, and it's to me it's fairly apparent that Dynasty had focused on strategically on NYXL for some ungodly reason.
You think so?
Why would you go for NYXL? I don't know. Like, okay, so maybe they realize that I'm correct and London is the best team in the league,
Yeah, that's it.
but
That's gotta be it.
it's more realistic that you focus on the team that went 4-0 against LA Gladiators. No, I mean it's not the same team to be fair, but like, wouldn't you shoot for the like herd animal in the herd? I don't know.
I think that maybe they thought that New York was
I
the kind of
okay.
wounded.
Yeah, I mean maybe they thought that definitely, and it's also like just stylistically, it feels like NYXL is probably not as good at exploiting Jae-Hong and Miro
Yeah.
as GC Busan historically is, right?
Hmm.
I mean
Yeah, they don't want to sit there and run
it's very
profit.
hard to argue with 14-0, right? Like,
Yeah, it's rough. So I guess you probably prepped a little bit harder for NYXL, and it shows in terms of the gameplay. But
mm-hmm.
even then, like it sucks because this was their kind of target, or this was like the game plan overall for NYXL was, yeah, we're gonna pressure the back line really, really hard, and it works. But there's no adaptation
Yeah.
for Seoul, especially in this first game, and then it doesn't even really happen much in London. Granted, historically it's been rough for them to do that, but I feel like there's just no adaptation, especially in this game.
So this I like. Like, this is basically what we talked about before, the soldier here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this isn't optimal to take point A, but it already builds the tech visor,
Yeah.
right? So I quite like it. I think it's great. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see. I mean, I don't know. It feels like Hanamura A attacks have like an 80% win chance or something. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they tend to be pretty good. Or people have gotten really good at them. This one, I felt like New York just ran in and fed. If I remember the fight
Okay.
correctly. No, never mind. Fight after this, like next round.
Okay. Oh yeah. Mm. It's interesting tank movement from New York, but oh, then now they are doing the meat grinder. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
But Munchkin gets Mano, and that's huge. Huge. That seems a little reckless. Let's go back to this, because it feels like with 2 megas, you should have no business getting him. What does Mano do? Mano's full, Mano's full. Yeah. I don't know. Surely one of the megas was up at that point, right?
Well, the mega in the house is hard to get to. I think either one is kind of a
Not really,
liability.
is it?
It's not obviously it's not hard to get to, but when you have a tracer pressuring you and you know that the tracer's trying to flank on the back line to pick you, like, do you really want to just split yourself off from your team?
I mean, do you know that though?
I would assume. I mean, she's not on the point. Where else could she be?
I think they're just painfully unaware. Mano just stands here, waits to be healed up by Anna.
Could be. It could be that they're like, okay, well, might as well just get the healing out of it, and
yeah,
just takes too long.
Pretty sure
I guess that's part of it.
pretty sure this is great, yeah. Because look at this. I don't know if they. I think they show the Mano corpse after this, but it feels greedy. Yeah, see?
He didn't even try to go for it.
And it's probably that Arc should build ultimate here, but... Yeah, I don't know. And then for him to get an entire clip into Mano?
So I guess is the play to just walk the Winston to a mega? Like, have I don't know, have D.Va just walk him in so he doesn't get clipped?
I think he can just drop earlier. He has been low for a long time. Look at this. I mean, she has to heal other people. That's fine.
True, yeah.
She has Meko. But, like, look at how long he is low here. Let's see. This was too long. Wait. So nice. That's such a nice retreat for the D.Va. Just full matrix back and out. So, okay. Mano is about to be chunked. Chunky chunk. Now, watch. This takes a long time. Long time. Long time. And now he's clipped. I feel like he could have gotten to the mega and nobody else has that mega. Yeah, I think that was just greed in order to load up the supports.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
No, I mean, okay, at this point it's trivial.
You in the blender. You getting blended.
Yep. Fleta, I mean, okay, that's not a big one, but Fleta has ultimate basically. That's crazy good. Do they do the smart thing? Let's see. Does Seoul prioritize? Oh yes, they do. I'm pretty or don't. Okay, let's see. So Fleta is farming some here. What I want to see is if they prioritize giving the scrap damage like Meko to Fleta in order to build the tech visor. 71. I mean, he's chipping away. Chip, chip, chip. Chip, chip, chip. 87. Yeah, I mean, he's on Mako, at least. 60. No, I think it's not particularly that case.
Yeah, no. I think here, if you're actually trying to funnel, like, creep score, if you want to call it like that, then I feel like Munchkin just stands here, does nothing. Just lets Fleta clean it up. Maybe with, help from everybody else, but Munchkin certainly doesn't need the ult charge.
To be fair, if Fleta doesn't die there, and he can deal a little bit more damage to Mako, then he probably has ult while he walks up, yeah. Now he needs to poke a little bit, which isn't too bad. You need to poke anyway. You can't just come out swinging as with a tech visor. I don't think that's how you do it. You need to pressure the D.Va beforehand, definitely.
drainer out of mech or out of
Here we
defense
go.
matrix.
Exactly like that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Why?
I said the same thing, and I felt like beat here was the better call. It's hard to tell exactly who's all anti-naded, but I think if you hit like a fat nade like that and you know that many people are anti, I think it's just beat because
Yeah,
trans
insta
isn't going to
beat.
do anything. You're getting no value.
Insta beat. Yeah. Yeah, this is an insta beat. I mean, I understand that Jaehong feels pressured, but Toby should have beat. Like, okay, it's hard to pull back, to pull together your guys in order for everyone to get beat.
Mhm.
But that
I mean, you're
sounds
on the
wrong.
hallway, to be fair. But I'll be right back. One sec.
Yep.
Keep going, though.
I mean, you saw this already. That's fine. Huh. Yeah, just jump off. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm low on voice. Hello. Let's see. Oh, I just ripped off my microphone thingy. Can you guys understand me fine? Whoever's listening? I can tune it up a little bit if you guys want. Okay. Let's see. Properties. No. Let's see. This is a... Okay. Is this sort of better? Sorry, I should have paused this. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I just moved it a little bit closer. Let's see. Okay. So let's try to understand this fight a little bit more. I think in general, it's fair to say that NYXL tried to beat Seoul the sportsman-like way almost. So this is not targeted play really. They're not exploiting anyone in particular, while London just completely pillages both Miro and Jaehong. It feels like Jaehong's positioning is a huge problem against London, because of the gesture and profit thing, where they just have great synergy with each other and can just really, with very little investment, just get on Jaehong. But like NYXL is beating Seoul straight up, basically, no tricks, like just Seoul. And that should sort of scare Seoul, because they're beaten without having their weaknesses overly exploited.
Yep.
Welcome back. I mean, Jaehyung still dies first a lot. That's still true. They try to do that a bunch. I remember watching this series the first time and thinking, yeah, they're doing some of that Jaehong focus. I think in the stats, it like, I mean, I would have to look at it again. That could be, for future reference, just a fun little point. Like, just point out anomalies. I got it. And in stats, and how that expresses in gameplay, or how you can find out if your suspicions based on stats are at all substantiated, and then also how you get better at interpreting them because of those things.
Mhm.
Because it's definitely a learning process. Yeah, this is okay. This is a pet peeve of mine. And people keep saying this is not a misplay. It's definitely a misplay. So, okay. They have 2 ults, right? Okay, they will have Jonak ult shortly. But, okay, this is already a pretty huge investment out of their bank. Now, Libero is doing nothing in order for this investment to pay off. Because what we found out, or we Eden found out, is that mathematically, if you apply ults, and that's why it makes no sense, really, to call it ultimate economy, is because, like, economy implies that you take some ults, and it builds more ults. And that there's a snowball principle, because sort of like a, you know, you invest something or whatever. It's not really investing, it's just using the ultimate. Now, what they do here is Nano Blade, and then Libero goes for a 5k. But look at how this happens. Okay, so here's the Nano Blade, right? So he goes for Miro first, which is great, because now he have killed 1 mobile target. He can't get away. Next one is Zumba. Okay. So Zumba can't get away, right? Because he's a mini diva. He goes for Jaehong. Definitely shouldn't do that. Like, steals ultimate charge from Mano by doing the kill. There's like after Zumba is demacked, there's no way to lose this fight. But he's not building ultimate charge for any of these guys. Like, you even want to take some damage here in order to build up your support ultimates again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he also goes for the Toby kill, completely overkill. This is basically like stats padding. But Baroy should actually just subtract those kill stats. It's just so greedy.
I don't like we've talked about this before. I don't necessarily think it's greedy. I just think it's, I don't know. I don't think anybody's there yet where they're like, okay, well,
yeah,
this fight's over, so let's put the resources on people who actually need it.
Yeah, and that's why we've talked about a state of the fight caller, right?
True.
Someone that has
True.
the state of the fight in mind, and that can then, because DPS players inherently, like, if you want to be super focused, you are a bloodhound, right? You will not let off unless someone grabs you by the leash, right? But someone has to grab the leash. Someone in NYXL should have gone like, chill, Libero, chill, bruh. Like, give us some stuff, right? So,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is definitely some of the fundamentals that will be ironed out, like, over the course of Overwatch. Like, this is
definitely.
just pure waste, basically. Okay, so this is also something that actually Seoul did a lot against Dallas, right? They put the Tracer here and let him poke through the window.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dallas played the same thing, right? So
Yep.
I'm wondering, how does Dallas react to something like this? And people I've talked to said that there's a lot you can do. So let's see. Some frontline. Yeah, so yeah, that's one thing, right? Definitely, that the problem is, inherently this is much harder if your Tracer is a worse dueler than the opponents, right? So you can't put these guys on a top island, sort of like in League of Legends in the best of days. But it's like you sort of want to drag it out. You want to sort of discompact this entire situation, because this only leads to your frontline constantly being a little bit too weak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see how this develops. I mean, I get why you're on Selby Obi, and I think this is very entertaining to watch. I just don't think it's very important to the outcome of this fight. But whatever. Yeah. Okay. Now we're in the action. Double trancing. Okay. So, I mean, Seoul wants to have their power play in a good situation, right? Like, in a reasonable amount of time, they will have flatter ult. Toby, I mean, he's not far out. And the goal now is to kill Meko, I would think. Or at least deplete, or have him move back. So they're now diving onto the back line.
I don't hate the bomb from Zimba there. Literally forces 3 people to sit and spawn for a good like 10 seconds.
What is Flatter doing right now? Why is he not punishing this, like this D.Va bomb?
Or is he? Jaehong is being pushed down. I think he's just getting pushed around. Mono has primal. He's just bopping around.
He's on low ground, right?
Yeah, I think he got booped on the low ground from the primal.
When?
Right as where is they dive? They go in, Mono comes out, pops primal, and knocks him down, I think.
Okay, that's the primal. Is this
Now they're still on the high ground, yeah. It's Jaehong, Fleta.
Is it just me that I have like fucking someone in my PC building my Overwatch Twitch watts with Legos? Like
No, mine's the same way.
Mine's
the same way. Mine's the same way.
So annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of goes poof, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're just stuck on the low ground. With an advantage. It sucks, but you gotta take it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point it doesn't matter much. Oh, okay, that's fine. That was fine. Yeah, okay. No props here. Miro being sort of happy. As always. Okay.
So in theory, I don't hate the Pharah either. For the simple reason, like this, for the same reason that Hanzo works, Pharah works as well. I think the big thing that they were expecting here is they thought Seoul was going to go Genji and not consistently run the soldier. Because they're going to scout the soldier and then Libro's going to go back and swap.
Do you go Lucio though then? That's interesting to me, like that they're not going Mercy. Because this once again builds into nothing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like why is they must have had terrible results in getting A in scrims or some.
Maybe.
Okay, now he's switching. Okay, that's a bummer. That's already as much time as a reset, basically. Just run standard dive with soldier and just try. I don't know. Then again, scrims results possibly. And they're getting chunked. Jesus. Oh, Meko demacked. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why the frontliners trying to push in while they knew that Libero was swapping.
Munchkin is just such a nuisance to them there.
Yeah.
Like, this is the second time he gets a tank. Jesus. Gotta wisen up, boys. Yeah, okay, this is dead. This is dead. Sometimes I feel like maybe as a tracer you could try to Force a duel here with a Zen. Just try to one clip him, and if you die, that's the same difference. But I don't know. What about your stats, dude? I mean, it does delay it a little bit, but not considerably. So, like 2 seconds or maybe or something like that.
That eat by Meko is huge.
Then what?
Munchkin went into the low ground and like blew up Pagoda.
Did he?
Like did the 180 pulse bomb and he ate it.
Oh,
That would have if that would have stuck
good
on
catch.
anybody, that would have been
Yeah.
a fucking huge pulse bomb.
Yeah, good catch. Aye. Okay. It's crazy how much ultimate charge Libera already has.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. The worst of all is that Jaehong actually wasted trance on this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could make an argument. I don't know how, like, because it happens so rarely that you actually lose one of the first attacks. I don't know how hard it is to fight a Hanamura A against ultimates. But I would imagine not considerably harder. So I would make the argument that you should never trance on Hanamura
On
A.
A?
Yeah.
Just all in B?
As defense then, yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Because, like, the opponent needs a huge ultimate. And I feel like it's always more value to have it on B. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Like, these ultimates just hit like trucks now. Easy snowball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sure, there was probably some misplay in here before. The fact that it is allowed to happen. Let's see this again. Okay, they have a pretty huge ult advantage because of that.
Mm-hmm. They tried to all in point A and just try to hold them at point A, but it didn't work because nobody like Miro had ult but popped it like he popped it when he got it, but everybody was like DPS was dead at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like there wasn't anybody to follow up, just like corner juggling. Here, I wonder if the position for Seoul could have been changed differently because I think that they have to know that they have Blade and they have like an ult advantage. So why not just sit like by your spawn doors? Because I mean, if you know, okay, obviously we're operating on the logic that Seoul knows that New York has Blade. So is splitting up really what you want to do? I don't know. I don't think so, but
yeah. What's interesting to me is that Jaehong is the last one to die. Where is he actually?
I would assume by the spawn doors, but I'm not sure. Because this is Lucio and then Soldier, and then that's pretty much the
He's
the point.
tech visoring, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's off on the left. You see him?
Yeah, he's spawned or camping, okay. I mean, he could have baited I mean, this is pretty good decisions making by Libero, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because when does Toby die? Toby,
He's the first target.
yeah. I mean, I know that. I mean, at what ult percentage? Yeah, I guess if you can get Toby and then continue pressuring Fledder while he's tech visoring, that's already pretty sweet. Yeah, this is a blowout. I mean, okay. So now what you got, Soul? What you got, boys? Libero. They weren't playing full dive on... No, they were... Wait. Did they play Genji on defense on the first go around?
I'm not sure.
Let's take a quick peek because we're all old men that have no correct recollection of.
I don't
What
think
did I
so.
just see, mate? Like, now the bracelets are stacking up too. Oh well.
That's attack.
That's attack. That's attack. We want soul attack, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't. Come on, how long?
Yeah, I don't think that they did. I think they're in soldier. Oh, they did. Oh.
Oh, okay. We're C9.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he gets the 5K. Duh.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are stupid. He gets a 5. I mean, I was thinking, okay, was that? Did he already have that on point A? You know, but yeah. I suppose the blade was pretty early on. But yeah, I mean, I should have known that, but because of that, yeah. Okay, so let's.
Yeah, this is the fight where New York just, I feel like, runs it and feeds.
Yep.
Like, look at that. Like, back up a little bit. Watch the Bionade timing. Like, rewatch that entire fight and just ask where Bionade is. Watch the front line. There's Bionade. Mecho's already out of mech at this point.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get you have to try and play around, like, Diva defense matrix, but it's like, damn, like, you just sent your tanks into, like, the fucking Bay of Pigs style shit. Like, they just ran and died. Like, there was no hope.
Yeah, this is Omega feed. Alright. Yeah. I mean, again, like, Flutter can now build out of it a little bit more. It's still so... Crazy part is that Libero already almost has another ult. It's crazy how much more you see that when you're not watching this at 1 a.m. at night. Oh, that was... Whew. That has
Just
me all
fucking, like, game winning.
Whew. I miss Anna, man. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The next meta was Anna again, just so Jaehong could not be like outside of the top 5 in his role. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. She'll be good on some maps, but I don't think she'll ever be like standard unless like tanks come back. Unless Brigitte like comes back and like just throws tanks at us, then I don't know. She's just too immobile.
Ark is a beast. Oh. Jaehong with the rare right clicks.
Yeah, finally gets one.
On Sebiolvi, no less. That's well played by Libero. Like he forces him out and then can dash into trance. Look at how
this fight was really fucking weird for me. Back it up a little bit.
Why are they now backtracking? Huh.
Yeah, exactly. My question is, why is Jaehong on the ground in the first place? Why are you not on the high ground with your soldier?
Yeah.
Because now he's forced to either die or trans out, which he decides to trans. Okay, fine. I don't like it, but that's the choice you made. He transes out just to get out. And then Miro goes in. Watch him jump. Woo! Look at your team. Your team's all the way
Yeah.
over there. In Monkey's up here. He just feeds. He's dead. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
that's so. Yeah, that's very disjointed. Yeah, that's definitely a communication problem. But at the same time, I don't know why you would need to. Like, did you actually lose more than one player there? Let's see.
I think the positioning was just all over the place in this fight. It's like nobody knows what they want to do. Like Jae Hong's on the low ground for some ungodly reason. Flood is in position. Jae Hong should be with Fleta to get like biotic field.
Mm-hmm.
Toby should probably be with them.
It's already
And
hella one. Like, yeah.
yeah, like this is a fairly solid fight. You can all in this fight, that's fine, but like transing for nothing because of your positioning, like I don't know. I was felt like this was like the crux of like this map just losing. Like they just lost. They just lost way too much time with this push, and they lost like any kind of economic lead they had.
It's a little bit of a misplay by Zumba, I think. If he's closer to Jaehong,
Mm-hmm.
then Jaehong probably transfers for him. And I don't hate that. I think they win it from that point. Maybe they are a little scared that Libero has ultimate. But
Maybe, yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure. Now it's even worse. Like now you're fighting into a Genji ultimate. You kind of, yeah, I don't know. Like it feels like because you have 2 fights left, fair enough. But you want your what?
Are you playing the VOD? Are you paused or no?
No, I'm not paused.
Oh, go back. Because the visor's frozen.
Does it go now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
15, 14, 13.
What? Really?
I'm
No,
at
paused.
10 now.
Okay.
Monkey swinging.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's synced again. Honestly, they should have no business winning this fight. Like this is
Seoul?
ridiculous. Yes. Why is this not happening here? What's going on? Now Libero dies with Genji ult up. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Now they have to nano mano.
They sleep Monkey, which is fine, but he doesn't get anything done. You're not really killing anything.
Boom. Seoul has pretty good monkey focus.
Honestly, I think you could have okay, fine. Jonak pops trans to kind of stall and like draw out the fight, and then you just go for a nano blade. Like
Yeah.
you probably clean that fight way easier. It doesn't look this sloppy, especially from New York. And again, it's their biggest fucking problem is their support ults.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing is their coordination with support ults. Other than that, this team probably is best team in the league.
Who?
If New York could
yeah,
tie
yeah.
up the coordination with
Yeah.
support alts, I'd have to give it to them
Yeah.
in terms of best team.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Bummer.
it's just so glaring.
Bummer. Okay. Same. Okay, so Libero has to play 11 characters or heroes per match. So why not Widow?
I don't think he does, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Not
Okay,
sure.
it's Genji.
Yeah, okay.
Genji boys. Okay.
I'm trying to dance with him.
Well, loop-de-doop.
Mm-hmm.
Sneak Taejun. This feels more like Battlefield at the moment than Overwatch. It's like, let's take the next one. I'll take my 6. Meanwhile, Dallas. Push means go.
I tried to like do any kind of analysis in this fight, and I couldn't tell what the fuck was happening because
Yeah.
we just sat on CBLB the entire time. Like I don't know anybody's positioning. I can kind of infer, but outside of that, that was a rough one to kind of spectate.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like you're on a camera that's tied to a dish, like to a washing machine. And it's just like, yeah, that's how he aims. Don't they call it like the Valutaha spasm or something
Yeah,
like
I
that?
think that's what he called it. Yeah, at
Oof.
least he learned from Valu. But
Oof.
oh,
Darts.
back up
Darts.
real fast because I want to get your take on this because I don't actually know
Okay, let me.
what the hell happens, why Toby gets chunked out and is chased off.
So he has Oprah on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. Let's Sherlock this. Yeah, that's just mega tanks, right?
But why you skate on the outside when legitimately no one can do anything for you? Why not just run down the stairs?
Stairs. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then if you're running down the stairs, your entire field of view is covered by Zunba defense matrix.
Not even stairs. You could just also like slide this, right?
I think that's what he tries to do, but then just kind of gets booped. I think he gets pushed by no, he just jumps off.
Maybe a little. Yeah, that's not pretty.
And that's it.
Yeah.
There you go. Fight over.
Yep. And then you just farm.
Like it the more I look at it, the more it's not necessarily one person. Even though I think that yeah, Miro and Jaehong have like some glaring weaknesses, but I think like overall the positioning has just been pretty questionable so far. At least in this map. Can't speak for the others because I haven't watched those yet, but this map in particular, like very uncharacteristic positioning mistakes out of Seoul.
I agree, yeah. Let me see this again. Does Jaehong need to trans this early? Okay, flutter.
You have to have somebody on the cart. He's probably I mean you go invulnerable, so I guess you burn the most time. Or the point.
Do you though? Do you need someone on the point at that point?
Versus 3 people, probably. They're gonna cap it too quickly to wait for like a regroup if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
It just would go too quick.
Okay. Jaehyung comes back now. Zumba just died. Miro spawns now. Yeah. I mean, this would be cutting it very close, but
Yeah.
this feels like you're delaying the inevitable when you're already in overtime anyway, so it doesn't matter. You might as well risk the C9 and wait for Miro. Is what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I think that's probably the more proactive play, like playing to win. This is just playing not to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can test it probably for the longest amount of time, but you're spending really, really important resources to do that. And it really doesn't even matter in the end.
The thing is, this is all super kept in hindsight, right? It's very hard to know in the moment, but I feel like you should have, by now, a very good idea of when you spawn and how long it takes to complete the entire channel.
I don't even think it's necessarily capped in hindsight. Like, if we're going to talk about, like, in mid-fight callers, like, if you go all the way back to, like, where Toby dies, Flooded gets pushed into spawn, dies in spawn. Okay, that fight's, like, pretty much over. Just regroup, reset. But they don't. They just try to scrap it out.
Munchkin dies.
No, you got to go all the way back to like when they first like engage in the high ground.
Okay.
That's kind of like when the fight starts.
I pressed 28 seconds back. Come on, bro. Okay. Going further back.
Further.
What? Okay, this was... Oh, whatever. This one hurts, by the way. This is just straight daggers. Look at this.
Huh.
Swoosh. And now there's no pressure on the back line. Because Munchkin needs a recall.
I'm just staring at a 5-player kill streak, Libero dashing through main.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it froze.
Where are we at now?
Still looking at the same screen.
Oh, really? Wait, let me click into it again. It's different now?
Yeah, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6.1. Contested, 4 on the payload, 1 on payload. Or cart, or control point.
This is so disjointed right now. Okay, once again.
Yeah.
We're at 25, 24, 23.
6, 15, 20, 14, 13, 12. No, I'm at 16. 22.
You're consistently 7 seconds behind no matter what I do with the player. I mean, this one is almost over, so whatever.
Yeah, it's no big deal. But yeah, like the main idea that I'm trying to get at is that like once NYXL dives the high ground and Toby gets picked, like the snowball just comes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like just okay, fight's over, regroup, but they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Like if you want to talk about like mid-fight calling, I feel like this is a great example of mid-fight calling. Mm-hmm. You have to call that this is dead. Just regroup because we're not burning any time here.
Yeah.
What's the idea of just trying to trans the card?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're not burning anything. You're just delaying the inevitable, literally.
Yeah. Suppose they fail to get B. Oh, I remember this one. Oh yeah, that was sweet. That was, whew. Okay, now you can almost risk, like risk.
I mean, you've got point A, point B to deal with, so you've got at least 2 fights.
Yeah, live a little.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always rely on, in the heat of battle, for Jaehong to eat shit.
Well, I can't, I can't blame him in particular there because it's like, okay, you have 3 people diving you, and 2 of them were like in like a super aggressive position that you just didn't scout. Yeah. Like, shame on you for I guess not scouting fully, but like I can't blame him there for that. But I can blame the team later on because not in this map, but like just as a theme throughout the rest of the series. Because like, okay, that's evident that they just want to focus Jaehong. So if they don't adapt and try to peel for him and give him a little bit more love, then I don't know. I don't feel very sorry for you. Mm-hmm. You know that he has a giant target on his back, so you have to play around that.
I mean, in general, I'm going to bring an analogy that you will love, right? Okay. This is a best of 7 StarCraft 2 series, and you are up currently, if we're doing like 6/4 is 3-2. You're 3-2 up in a best of 7. So why not cheese? Right?
Yeah.
Why not cheese? And this is cheese.
Throw him a curveball.
This is like it's like a like this is MVP basically right now. Yep.
I guess.
Bit by bit.
He's pulling the fucking workers.
Yeah. Why not cheese in that situation, right?
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of reason that you shouldn't. I mean, like, yeah, go for the more consistent play. That's fine. But like throwing curveballs into your game, I think is, the sign of having a full game.
Definitely.
Now, relying on curveballs, that's a different story. But obviously, NYXL they have a very distinct style, but they don't rely on just throwing weird pitches. They have the standard play and they can throw in some weird shit. So teams are going to have to put this on notice that, NYXL has some weird stuff that they want to pull out sometimes.
Yeah.
The fucking Hanzo on attack, odd, aggressive positioning. Like, you're going to have to just scout them out and play very, very safe. And it's something that attacking teams are just starting to catch on, is like, people are going to like fuck with you and like try and position aggressively. So I think it's just going to evolve even further, and people are going to have to check like every spot on the map as attack before you actually position to attack. You're going to have to scout everything, or you're going to run into like this again, and you don't want this.
Hoofed.
Are you playing the VOD again? Because it's frozen.
Oh, really? Oh, well. Yeah, I think we just need to load the video up again, but...
Yeah, just do it for the next one. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find
this. Is pretty much over.
Yeah. Definitely is. Wait, where is the... Do we want to do one thing real quick? Because I think that's sort of interesting too. Let's just look at the series stats real quick.
Okay.
Oh god, it's so disgusting. So many VODs with. So we can just look at this. So many unscanned VODs. Where we at? Here we at. Okay, so Munchkin supposedly. We can look at why this was deemed a bad series, and in general, this is in general not as telling as people think it is. This is the good stuff.
What?
This score screen.
Oh.
Like, this is okay. Sure, Sebiobi gets 10 more kills. And, Fleda has a weak game, if we're being honest, but... Yeah. Okay, so... We just saw a bunch of Arc Lucio, right? And... they get him decently often over the series. Mercy, again, almost unkillable, right? Like, this...
Yeah.
Outstanding stats in that situation. Okay. Miro. Miro had solid impact rating, right?
Yeah, that's all right. 1200.
9% FD. The problem with these stats these match stats is I dislike them because you don't have all the other cards, right? So what I usually do is compare players by match, then go Overwatch League, NYXL, what? New York, yeah. Seoul. What date do we have? When was this? Probably not after this one, so let's see. Okay. Oh, specific. I should have gone to specific match. Okay. We can look at the specific case now. Or can I?
You can just sort it by date. I don't think you'll be able to sort it by like the map.
Yeah, we need to do the actual date in order to figure this out. Okay, let's see. It was on... That was last week. Come on. On the 15th. So if I go this is fine, but I have to go like this, I think. Nope. One more day later. Yeah, okay. So then we can look at the general stats, right? Okay. So FK. It's actually quite unusual to have Genji as the top FK character for a match. And what also stands out is that Zumba has a lot, but the rest of the DPS don't. This is sort of low. Time to charge ultimates. Yeah, look at this. This sort of hints at what we were saying, right? So the time to charge first ultimate especially, but also in general, is like time to charge first ultimate. Even for an Ana, this is fairly low. Do we have another Ana? Yeah, look at this. This is a huge difference. This is just, you know, one symptom why we saw Mano die before, right? Because they are feeding the nano boost in order to have that ultimate advantage, like, early on. That then builds into another ultimate. And we know that New York actually sometimes uses it on the Zen, right, in order to boost his ultimate. So this is a problem, right? So okay, whatever, the Hanzo, right? Mano died a lot first. This is actually crazy. I mean, it's not too punish. But that's also one thing that we at least saw so far on Hanamura, is that the focus on Mano, you know, when he's around these small pillars here. Wait.
Yeah.
Like Hanamura. Maybe we can take this map. Like these.
I mean, it follows
focus.
it follows the idea that Seoul's done since like season 2. They just bust tanks. They're very like good at just slaying tanks out.
Yeah. It is interesting that they switched to. Oh wait, did they? Yeah, that they went with Genji because they wanted to have the snowball.
Yeah. Well, that, and I just think it's just
unfortunate.
Like it's gonna explode better on the point, whereas just a consistent damage source like Soldier is probably safer in the long run, but you don't have a ton of time to sit there and just like frag. You have to get in, you have to dive, you have to pop kills.
Yeah.
You got 2 points to take in about 45 seconds, so like, yeah, Kenji's probably your best bet.
Okay, let's look at the second map. That's this one. We should probably let that thing be open.
Run to the bathroom real quick.
Sure thing. Dead link? Why? Do I need to restart this player? What are you doing, mate? What you did? Did I not? No, I did paste it correctly. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. On his soapbox. Okay. Nepal. Yeah. Let's see. Now here holds the league's best record on control maps, and it's 2 all-night power in Stage 2. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Mostly also because of Pine early. Even though, like, this is, for instance, this is one cognitive situation where you need to be very aware of, right? Because in your mind, like, Pine is a freak, right? But it feels like that makes you overestimate actual, like, impact of play a lot. Especially if time goes on, right? Like, if we're now in stage 4 or whatever, and we're thinking of the strength of Pine, I think you're inclined to romanticize these things. So, I mean, then it's always good to just look back at his win rate. I mean, we can do that right quick while.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Let's see. Let's real quick look at. Compare players by rank. Watch League. So I know that I believe the second stage was in something like this. So. And this takes a while, because it's scanning against the entirety of Overwatch League. Right, we might have to come back against this. This stat card is basically, you compare players. So this is the player you compare against the database you want to compare it against. So I chose the entirety of Overwatch League against Pine. And then you can see, like, it tells you how far off the average she is, either positively or negatively. Even though, realistically, we should probably, because we're looking at it very surface level, we should only really care about fight win percentage. Which is nuts, by the way. This is crazy. Crazy good. Like, very good teams in Overwatch League have, like, a fight win percentage of 55%. Even after having played... So not against Shanghai Dragons, but just when Shanghai Dragons still is valued into the average of everything. But this is still pretty crazy. Skills per 10 overall. I mean, Tracy didn't play that enough. In general, look at this. Like, he didn't play that much. It's 3 hours. That's, I believe, less than Clockwork in Stage 1. So that's crazy, right? Like, you're thinking Pine was this dominant thing. You're like this huge blob in your mind, basically thinking like, okay, this big boss Pine, right? Mm-hmm. And in reality, he only played really 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were magical hours, though.
That's the romanticization, though.
Like, I was a friend of mine in elementary school. Mm-hmm. He was Chinese, and apparently it's very usual to invite people just to go to McDonald's. And you would sit there for 12 hours in McDonald's, and those 12 hours feel like I actually aged by 4 years. Like, the fact that I still know this after probably, let's think, like 22 years is crazy. I can still picture the room, because this story is so crazy that I keep reactivating that story every once in a while, and it stays like as a vivid picture, even though I probably already replaced like what color the balloons were, or I don't know. But I remember eating a lot of these what's it? These apple things? What are they called? Like these?
I don't know. It's apple fries or whatever. Slices.
Not slices. Like that's like
pies.
It's called Apfeltasche in German. Let's see.
They're like pastry, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they're just apple pies. They just call them apple pies here.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see if you have it in that shape. Is it like this?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not on the stream. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it up.
Something like this.
Uno momento.
There's apple, and then there's cherry.
I gotta sit through I gotta sit through an ad.
Wouldn't it be fucking magical if it was just
a McDonald's
McDonald's apple pies? Shame on you.
Fucking
Shame on you, Twitch, for not having that, like, recognized that. And what is this? I can't even show this on Twitch. Jesus. Yeah, cherry is boss, and then what else is it?
Did you guys ever get the holiday pies or whatever?
Holiday pies.
Yeah, they taste like birthday cake with like custard.
What? Okay, wait.
Just Google McDonald's holiday pie. This will be the ring watch segment. We're gonna rate McDonald's food.
Holiday pie. Actually, you know what? Let's do this differently. What we're doing is we're taking this off. I made a huge mistake, by the way, just now. It just didn't end up biting me in the ass. Oh, I didn't use my incognito window.
Oh.
We're very close to knowing all my fantasies. These?
Hold on. Yeah. Have you had those?
So I'm allergic to food coloring.
Oh, really?
So I would basically look like this thing after I ate it. I would turn into one. Jesus Christ. That looks very healthy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're at fucking McDonald's, though. If you're going there because you're healthy, I don't know. Maybe you should reevaluate your life choices.
These are, I'm saying. Like, in general, these are pretty sweet, though. Like, can't lie. Okay. All right. Pie excursion solved.
Nah, I'm hungry.
Just say apple pies and cherry pies. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I love how you guys can come alive when it's about pies.
Yeah, right. That's how you activate chat. It's like, all right, let's talk about food. Huh. In particular, really, really shitty fast food.
All right. Cool. We're on Li Zhang, and Sebi will be on Widow.
Li Zhang?
What? I said meant Nepal. I got Nepal right earlier. Come on. So
Widow
did you see this new tech, by the way? Where I think this is here. It is where he bullshits Fleta completely. Like this.
Oh.
I'm not sure how new it is, but it's like that you can basically suction people off the cliff by shooting very deep into the wall, and then yeah. Let's see if this happens here. I'm pretty sure Mano does it to them. I'm pretty sure what happens at some point is that I don't know if it was in this match or the other Seoul match, but basically, like, you shoot the Orisa up very low here, and Fleta just gets sucked from the little stairs here
to the low, like off the map.
Let's see. Nepal.
Huh. It's like partially off the screen, but yeah, I kind of see what you're saying.
Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah. We're here. So, like, here's Fleta. Like this. And he gets sucked off here. Right? He shoots it here, and then it's just like... And it's very quick. Let's see if this happens here. I feel like this was in a replay or something. I saw. Oh, we'll see. Fleta's not a soldier either, so it might not actually be Mano doing it to him. Maybe it's from another game.
What a weird set of comps, though. Widow on Sanctum that's a new one. We've seen Pharah here before.
Yeah.
Quad Tank is fairly new. I don't hate it though. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Very, very narrow fight paths.
The hard-hitting pie journalism. Sweet.
That's what we're known for. What can we say?
See, if we were with the Brits now, they would go like, well, pie's not even sweet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Really?
God forbid I say pastry.
So we actually don't have that much. It's called Pastete in German, and it's really not eaten that much here.
Really?
Yeah. Something.
Like sweet, like baked goods, right?
The Outlaw series. Okay. I believe XQC also did it in his last match for Dallas. Solid.
Hmm. Oh,
I mean,
what
this
I
is
thought.
different. So that's the one thing I hate about Visor is when I stop, it flops back. That's probably in order to sync it with this rear stream. But yeah, it's like this is very deep. It goes like here,
Uh-huh.
right?
And
It
then it
hits
pulls
here.
them down.
Yeah, and then it goes very quickly, like, and you're down.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to shoot it up because then you have aerial drift to kind of factor in, and they could just drift onto the ledge. This way, you're just legitimately just pulling them straight down. That's smart. I wonder if you can do that on like well.
Yeah. Works on the side bridge area, not just on the corners. You can do it well
Hmm.
below the window areas.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So like here, or windows of the bridge,
Yeah, I think right there.
and then
You
down
shoot
here.
it like alongside.
Okay.
You just pulls them down.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Like here, probably. Because it shouldn't pull you like this, right? It feels like this should sort of line of sight it, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we've just seen a ton of Orisa just get played on Sanctum like this. Because it seems like more and more teams are doing it. I think the Gladiators Legion played it in Contenders. I think there's another Contenders team in Korea that played it today or last night.
Yeah.
Or this morning, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it goes through geometry. Yeah. This is one of the things, where you're seeing this and this seems so gimmicky and sort of easy to do, where you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. And then you focus on that one thing and you forget everything else. You just lose all your fundamentals. You just focus on that like small little play. I made a video about this before, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, I noticed it in my gameplay when it's like, oh, a cutesy little micro trick. Guess
I will
I'm
do
going to
that.
forget all my macro now.
I just want to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I managed it and I didn't win. I guess this trick sucks.
Mm-hmm.
This is so lazy. This is the laziest kill in Overwatch. Like, look at this. Okay. So Zen Orb, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Huh. Zen Orb, huh? Sees you through a wall, mate! What are you doing? So lazy.
I will crouch here. Please don't kill me.
Oh no, I guess Mano's not in that. Yeah. Did they win this fight? Maybe? Yeah, Mano dies again. Did I leave the stats window open? Because, like, Winston Slap has a pretty sweet other stat. Like, that's one of the newer ones, and if you haven't checked in a while, then you probably haven't seen this, but there is a stat called, wait, let's see, we want, I know, for instance. I think this is super useful. It's called either F3K or F3D, right? And it basically tells you how often you are within the first 3 deaths of your team, or how often you are in the first or dealing the first 3 kills. And then the average death position is the position that you will... Why is this popping up? I've streamed... Oh, well. Oh, I guess it's because of this. Yeah. So in the average death position, so when you die, it then takes the average of all your death, which position you were in your team during that fight, and I mean for the representative character, we actually have some playtime on Winston. It's 3.15. Now let's compare this to, let's say, Miro and Gesture and Fissure, and let's see. I mean, keep in mind this is not at all filtered whatsoever, but it's just to see, and then we filter it by Winston. Okay, so I mean, this is already, like, this is a huge difference here between Fissure and Miro. Like, it basically means Fissure is much more aggressive or reckless, whatever you want to think. Like, but the thing is, this is also very important. The first death, like the fact that Fissure isn't first death as often as Miro, just tells you that he's very aggressive and that he fights till the fight is no longer winnable. So also his FK is so much better than the other tanks, right? Like, it's pretty nuts. And it's also like, this is at a fight win percentage that's considerably lower than Manos. Even though these are relative statements, so these don't matter as much. This is also very interesting. Especially this one. This is this is ultimate effectiveness, and it's calculated by fight win percentage when you use an ult, minus what your fight win percentage is anyway. So, in this case, for instance, for Miro, it would be this minus this. And basically, this tells you how much better on a grand scale of fights, unless you can prove some pattern that would invalidate that random occurrence, is that this is basically how impactful tanks are with their ultimates. So Mano's ultimate usage is nutty. Like when he uses Primal Rage, they win way more fights than when he doesn't. And Fissure is pretty close. But look at this. This is crazy. Like the 10% win percentage difference. Mm-hmm. This is insane. Right?
Yep.
Like, Miro is basically a bot when it comes to
results have been bad. Yeah. And it's not just season 1 for Overwatch League. It was the same in Apex season 4.
Yeah. I mean, this is... This is such an anomaly. Yes. Yeah. At some point I will say this word without mumbling my words, but this day is not today. It's also not a good English day today, apparently. Also was a long day, but Roshan. So obviously keep in mind, it might be very, very much easier to win this much percentage when your team is already pretty bad, but like Roshan seems to be using his Winston ult considerably better, for instance. I'm confident in saying that just from the difference. And sometimes, okay, so better, this is relative, right? Okay, now you would need to look at this stat and find an explanation that sort of tells you the anomaly. I already did that for Miro, though. Miro isn't doing something where he only uses his ultimate in fights where you would otherwise lose very hard, so it equalizes that. For instance, that like he's not specifically using it against Blade every single time, and he keeps his ultimate or whatever, right? This is not normalized by any particular behavior that he has. It's just he's fairly similar in the archetype of Winston Primal Rager, and he's just worse at it. Like Fissure, we sadly don't have kills per ultimate. I would think Fissure is one of the, if not by far the best with Gesture in terms of kills that he gets from ultimates. So, yeah. Okay, let's keep going. This is super scrappy, especially the image quality. Okay, like look at this. He's just fighting a tank off the point, but fair enough, right? Oh, wait, I'm stupid. He's a bot. What is Mirror doing? They're losing. Omega C9. Oh, wow. Wah, wah, wah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Were you waiting for it, Joe?
No, I saw it. Big,
No, I mean
big old C9.
the drums.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That was stupid. That was stupid. That was stupid. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Was stupid. That's what it was.
There was two very stupid plays in one submap. Both the flatter thing and then the mirror thing. I mean, I get why they want to go for Mano. This is okay. So your coach says, like, okay, so right. No, this okay. So this is Mano. Mano usually is happy boy, right? But your coach says, no, guys, you have to make Mano sad boy. But really, at this point, Mano is still not sad boy. Mano is just like mildly amused boy. Okay? So now he's erased boy. But okay, very quick boy. No, but like your coach tells you, okay, your micro objective or the way you win this series is by focusing Mano. Right? Mm-hmm. And this is basically what happens there. You get entrapped in that micro objective and if you don't have the, I dare to say, neuroplasticity to judge the situation for what it is and not just for game plan, and these things just happen. And that's why, like again, like a state of the fight caller tells you, like, here, okay, guys, we're in overtime. Someone needs to be on the point, and then you need to clearly outline who needs to be on the point. And to be fair, it's sort of also on Munchkin. Like, Munchkin, I get why he chases, but I don't know why he... who does he think this is blocking? I think he just forget who's holding this, right? I think he just forgot. And look at this. I mean, they're up, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, this is Mega C9. What else? And that's also why I think, like, people don't understand this about Profit, and they don't understand the excellence also sometimes behind Pine's play. Like, sure, you will find Profit in situations where he maybe pulled some stupid stuff, but he's too smart. He's too aware of the game state and everything, and plays accordingly. Like, sometimes you will see him position in a way where he knows, like, okay, so ideally you want to aim like this, right? If the Zenyatta, for instance, if he is walking down the stairs, then you as a tracer want to be in this position so you can fire while he's walking in that direction, right? So, like, depending on the game state, Prophet is so amazing at reading where a Zen will be going, even in non-obvious situations. And that's why he one-clips Zen so often. Especially Jaehong, because he's basically like in Prophet's Bible. It's like page 264, right? Like, this is Jaehong. He's a very simple boy.
We kill him.
And then we go in solo queue and are cute with Rascal together.
I just feel like Miro takes so much damage.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
This isn't even at the beginning of the fight. Even at the rollout, like on the default, like he's just a half health the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Now the beat. I mean, they kill Mano again. This is clearly the game plan, right? Like, kill Mano, please.
It's been their game plan since like forever.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
I mean, you do that front tank busting with Fleta, but the peculiar thing is that they only go for Mano, not as much for Meko.
True.
Which might be more on Meko than Seoul, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what the comp's good at. But...
Okay.
What?
Check. Are you on Twitch?
Yeah. What am I looking at?
Should come up in a second. Jesus Christ. Okay. I respect that.
That's great.
Jesus. I will keep that in mind. Is this what is it like? What's it on this? Jesus. Is this like some dentures or is this on purpose?
What?
Nothing.
Maybe it's like a inscribing of something. I don't know. You're the ring expert.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Doesn't this click a lot? Like click click? Is this something that one plays nervously around with? Huh. One time I also used to be obsessed by fingernails, more like mine, because I don't know, this is like a family thing, but yeah, just unkept fingernails always felt very weird to me. Okay, what do we say to this? For Uber. Okay, so let's go. Oh, it's a top-down map.
Oh, too bad it's not mid-fight though.
This is like now we could just like do all of this. Like I don't care about gameplay really. I only want this.
Just give me the mini map.
Yeah.
The mini map's so much nicer too, because you can tell who's hacked, you can tell who's anti-nated, like you can tell who's ulting, when they all. It's so much better.
I'm getting all the.
You're just chucking ults back and forth. All right, you trans, I trans. All right, you trans, I beat. Now what? I guess you tack visor. And you die.
Everyone dies.
I don't get it, man. Like your alt tracking can't be that bad. I don't even think matching support alts aggressively is like worth it. Like, okay, yeah, they get to play aggressively, but again, you can just kite it out. I don't know. You have Lucio, just speed boost out. Good dive from New York. Very coordinated. I like that. Don't hate the remake.
Nope.
Smart. Gets milk the time. No alts, Soul. No alts. No alts. Miro, don't do it. He fucking did it.
Of course he did.
Why?
Yeah, this is super bot.
Oh,
That's again like
so
you need to stay with the fight caller. You can't do it without.
That's why his ults are so bad, dude. He just pops them whenever. It's like macro ults. Like this isn't StarCraft. You don't just pop it when you have it. The object of the game is like try to score the most ult charge.
That's the problem, though, right? So, on one hand, right, you have like players like Toby,
Sure.
and Toby and Fleda, right? And they are Sharingan users, right?
Sure.
So they already know what's happening everywhere,
Okay.
right? Like
Sure.
they have perfect vision of the universe, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they also know that Jaehong is also constantly in the wrong position in the universe.
Okay.
Okay. And
Sure.
like if there is a wrong position to be in life and the universe, then Miro is in the worst position. The worst position. So like it's probably very hard for Sharingan users to
To team with someone who just operates out of the confines of reality.
yeah, to basically like communicate to someone like Tenten. Like, how do you, like, you're now on different planes of reality. You're talking to an ant and trying to teach it quantum mechanics.
Like, I forgot that character existed.
I had to dig deep. Like, irrelevant character in
Who is irrelevant? Mm.
Like, in Dragon Ball, it's super easy. You can always go, like, Yamcha or some...
Yeah.
But it's pretty hard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So... Oh, I think... Like... Yeah, pretty sure Zumba is a Byakugan user, by the way.
Okay.
He knows all the pressure points and whatever. You know, sees
Fair.
snowballs and stuff. So, anyway.
Oh shit! I didn't think you were gonna hit me with the Naruto. Yeah.
Shortly after you binge.
I didn't binge. I just watched clips. You're the one. You're the binger.
Never binge. Okay, so the second season of Dudes Get Right. Jesus, like Chonek just does it to him.
Dude, where's my face?
Okay, guys, okay, chill. Toby's like, Monkey kill Sharingan, and then he sees what is happening, right? And then here, so the problem is, like, as a Sharingan user, you can obviously see the future, right? So Toby here is already like, Lesai, oh, come on, Munchkin, man. But he can't tell the others, right? Like, he can't tell them that he has the ability to foretell the future.
Okay.
So, it's just like, and we're back. Let's go back to spawn. Yeah. And now they're chilling.
If only you had Monkey out there, you could just pop everything and all in that, and it probably wouldn't even be that bad. Alas, you don't.
No, you definitely don't. Okay, so... Munchkin. That's a good pick. See? This is the power of the Sharingan user, dude. Like, okay, I mean, this fight was over, and you could argue that he should, like, okay, this is 99%, right? So, whatever, right? You just pop Tech Visor at this point. But what he's waiting for is just to deplete the Matrix, right? And it's not like Mako is in Vision the entire time. Like, it's probably that he heard it or something. Or glinted it. Like, he's not aiming at him, right? This is like a peripheral vision thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Just pops the Amaterasu, I guess. I've revealed enough. Like, at this point.
Your inner weeb showing.
Right. Who's...
That map was better, but still worse at the same time.
Yeah. Better, but worse, but better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But look at Miro compared to Mono. I don't
Yeah.
get it. He just fucking takes so much damage.
Oof. Okay.
Good stagger.
Definitely, yeah. We'll take position. Fairly tight. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So far, so good.
Oof. Yeah, but okay. Okay.
No alts. No, all right, Munchkin, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
No attack visor, no beat, just leave it be.
This is huge. This is actually huge. Like, I thought Jonak was going to one-click flutter, but it was close.
He got one clicked.
Did he die?
Jonak, yeah.
No,
He got
no, I
one clicked
mean,
by
yeah,
Munchkin.
he got, yeah, he got
Yeah.
one clip, not, but yeah, they did it to him back.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, how far the devolves along? Oh, okay, DMAC. Whew. Okay, I mean, you just win here. Okay. So the worst that can happen here is that it turns into a huge brawl, and you lose narrowly, and then Flatter comes in and cleans. Let's see if this happens. I've not seen this. Oh, Flatter died again? What?
Got
Oh
stuck.
god, he did. Wow. Whoa. Okay, that's a fat pick by Sebioli. Not that it probably won't, like...
It's not even that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, worst comes to worst, let's say you lose that fight. Like, yeah, you're down on alts, but, like, it's 99-0. Like, you have plenty of time to just rebuild.
Yeah. Now, like, they basically profits and gesture them here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so now it's only, like, Sabiobi and Mano, and they both call the target, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, so... They get Jaehong. I mean, of course he dies. But, like, not out yet just now because of that. Yeah. Okay.
Fairly clean on Village, at least.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We need the next Clipperino. Clip. Such a, like, now being in this position, right? Like streaming, whatever. It's a very weird position, just socially, to know what register to pick, if you get my drift. Like, okay, so there's a... In sociolinguistics, right? So there's a concept called registers, right? And registers is, for instance, all the time. So you'd speak differently to your grandma than you'd speak to your teacher,
Right.
Okay, so depending on that, you pick your register of the English language if you want, right?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then you also have different messages for at it after a certain point in your second language, right? So
Mm.
because I don't know who to address here, or like because I'm talking to you obviously, and therefore it's fairly friendly. Like it's weird. And then also at the same time, sometimes I will switch registers and speak in a register that it's not usual for me to talk to you in,
Mm.
which I'm sort of doing right now, right? So,
Mm.
and that is sort of like it's almost like a special social situation where it's like, okay, and that's also one reason I recently saw a documentary about this, is that, for instance, impoverished communities usually lack registers. So they
Mm.
do have registers and just as many as everyone else. And for instance, one dialect or sociolect would, for instance, be African American vernacular English. So it's that
Okay.
one is by no definition of languages or no understanding of languages inferior to the English language. It's just as complex, just as many words or different. Like they're not really using. It's not inferior in any sense to normal like high German, high English, right?
Hmm.
But it has a social connotation, right? So therefore, sometimes you have schools in America where they teach children these registers. So like you don't say, I don't know, like what's a sociolectic expression? Yeah, for instance, there's I think if I'm not mistaken, like African American vernacular English has, for instance, for ask. Yeah, so people would say
Mm.
ax.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta ask you.
Yeah, ask your
Yeah.
question, right? So if
Hmm.
you can that like because of the social connotation, which by the way should really be overwritten, but like we're just social animals, right? So in order to have better job chances, you teach them more sophisticated only in social standing, not really linguistically registers in order to for them to have a chance on the job market. As sad as that is, but yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, and yeah, in that situation, it's sort of strange for me to choose a register, right? Because I
Yeah.
obviously communicate very differently on Twitter. So I think like, okay, which is also me, by the way, right? So like you have these registers, you have these like cards, and it's just like, okay, so which ones do you pick from, right? You have these things that you talk to. This is grandma and like family in general, respectful language, and that's very close to authority figures like teachers, like bosses, and then
Hmm.
maybe you have a more academic style possibly, or you are also within your field, and there your vocabulary changes, even though that's strictly speaking not sociolect anymore. But yeah, and it's hard to pick one for Twitch in general, because in a sense, and that's also true for community building, people do choose their register in order to appeal to a certain audience, right? Just
No, definitely.
subconsciously. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's hard. I'll figure it out. Where my pie boys at?
I could go for a pie right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Same. Why is this so laggy? Let's close all of them. Do we have a second window somewhere? Why are you so laggy? Jesus. Stop being so laggy. We open close window again. What is my frames are solid? I don't know. Strange. Maybe it's the VOD? Are you actually along the VOD now? Like, can you see that I'm jumping and everything?
Yeah, Jonak.
Okay.
We're looking at Jonak stats.
Yeah, we're pretty good then. So if you were on the desk, what would you be saying by this point? What would you try to get across?
I mean, just from this game in particular, I think that Seoul's positioning has been a little questionable in certain circumstances. Like if I had like my own little Telestrator segment, I would have pointed out like Jaehong's positioning on like their second round of attack, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Miro's alt usage, Miro's positioning, the disconnect in terms of, you know, communication in certain instances, you know, like look at the trans, like Miro, Jaehong wants to trans out, Miro goes in, Miro dies, you know, it's more of a stagger. Look at the C9, you can, you know, bring that up. It feels like they're not all on the same page. Granted, control looked better, but you know, still had some question marks, definitely. And then for New York, if I was to nitpick New York or at least say something, so far, you know, I do like the coordination between the DPS and the tanks. It's been really good. They have a strict game plan that they seemingly are following, and it's working really, really well. So it's going to be up to Seoul to kind of adapt to that. But New York is still New York. They're great mechanically, but when it comes to resource coordination, it becomes a little muddled. Like you're seeing Arc nano boost Jonak when he doesn't really need it. You're seeing him nano boost Mono when he doesn't need it. You're seeing them overlap Valken Trans. Like it's typical New York stuff. You know, it's the same thing that happened in stage one. It's, you know, it's less frequent, but it's still New York at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Actor. She getting paid?
I don't know. I mean, I can definitely see them hiring cosplayers, right?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, maybe people are just like that.
Pretty sure they're just like that, though.
One, two.
Nothing to see here.
You should start caring about caster accessoires more. Like, you should get your own thing.
I should get my what?
Your own caster accessoire thing.
What's that?
Or accessory, I guess. Or like some stuff they bring along. Like you could care about hair. You could become hair watch.
You want me to hair watch people?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, for instance, you could say, okay, so if you were to describe Sideshow, right? You would say it's a light bulb with hair that definitely should be shaven off, by the way. And it basically, like, the hair already shaves itself.
Have you seen some of his older pictures?
Let's see.
Where he has like the full fro?
Let's see. This is bad.
It's magical.
Right. Sideshow Gaming. Images. Like, for real. How is this not a light bulb?
No way for it to show up on stream.
This is perfect. Can you even see the difference? Like, oops. Oops. Like, there is none.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm glad that's the picture that shows up when you Google Sideshow.
It's great, right?
It's fabulous.
Like, for real, Sideshow's... Like, I keep saying this, but Sideshow's superpower is having chosen someone that's even more crazy than him.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know if Bren's crazier than he is. I think they're almost equal at this point, in my mind.
Imagine the day when Bren becomes the reasonable one.
At this point, I don't even know, dude. I don't see Bren like sleeping in a treehouse for a week just because Puckett said he wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you won't go to the bar in a dress. I'll bet. Let's go.
Thing is, like, Bren's also just like, he's like, do you think he honestly came up himself with eating that pie? It's just like, such a like, you should eat that pie, Bren. Nah, I don't know. Like, you should eat that pie, Bren. Oh, I guess I should.
Like how he called him a taxi. You didn't call me a taxi. I will not get in the taxi. Okay, if you actually called me a taxi, I'll get in the taxi.
Pretty much. Yeah. This is getting worse. Like, the VOD quality is getting worse. This can't be normal.
I'm looking at it on stream and it's literally like illegible. Like I can't read any of the characters. Like I can't read anybody on New York's name.
Yeah.
That's a
Jesus Christ.
That's a rip.
How big are these files?
Not that big.
Maybe I can download the next map in the background.
Hey, at this point, it's not even worth it. I think the problem is that you're putting it through Visor and then you're also putting it through Twitch.
No, it's also terrible on Visor.
No, it looks great on Visor.
We want you to
Looks perfect. Looks like I'm watching the stream on Visor.
So that's my problem then. There's something with Twitch then.
Possibly, yeah.
Does anyone know what that problem could be? That my quality in Visor is so bad, but it's also, this is my quality I usually watch what's that on Twitch?
Like how you're streaming it is how you watch VODs?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no. I don't know why
you're an animal.
That's why it's so so bad on Twitch. Like, what's happening? Sideshows, help me. Twitch. Yeah, that's just how I watch it usually. It refracts like that and everything. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel for you.
Yeah, okay. Do I need to reload this? Maybe. I mean, this is ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous.
We're almost done.
That's a little bit
got
better.
Owl in an hour.
Yeah, true. Not really better.
Almost.
Oh! Why are you doing that?
What?
It was on 360p? Oh, I think it offset automatically. Is something downloading for me here? It's probably...
I don't think if something was downloading, I'd be able to tell through Visor for sure, because it'd be laggy. But it looks like I'm just watching the VOD.
No, I mean, it's my connection laggy, and that's why it doesn't.
No, I don't think so.
Why would it be? Let's close this down. We got a tweet Torino. What else could it be? Could be the Blizzard client, I suppose. Okay. Okay, so like the double projectile, I don't hate. I think.
Yeah, I like it. Because I mean, they're just going to be held up in cafe, so you just spam out cafe.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? You're going to walk into it?
Yeah. Munchkin on soldier, huh? Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is at the moment it's somehow almost unwatchable. It wasn't that bad before, though.
Really?
Yeah.
We can just call it here. It's whatever.
Let's see.
It's up to you.
Tools down. Could be something like a Windows update downloading in the background or something.
I mean, you could tell.
Now it's
Like-
better.
Is it?
Now it goes down. Yeah, I guess, I mean, this is still watchable, but yeah. It could be a hardware issue, I suppose.
Mm. Could just be a streaming thing. I mean, like, could just be like a setting.
That it draws too much resources. I mean, maybe I'm streaming and yeah. I mean, I'm not dropping Twitch frames, so CPU is at 26%. Maybe it's just I don't know what it could be. What we could be doing is they don't have YouTube VODs, right?
For all, no. Unless you do like the third party people that like milk the views.
No, it's sort of scummy. Let's see if it actually is different on Overwatch League. It could be. Video clips. Because this is not how I watch Twitch streams in general, but it's like,
Oh, it certainly hope not.
Schöne Wohnung. Aber was hier schon alles los war. So einen
Great.
Kratzer hatte mir
I have an advertisement
Ach, und
because
Max
I'm
dachte
not
mal, das
walked into
Hochzeitsbuffet der
front.
Nachbarn sei für ihn allein. Ja.
Got him.
Fancying it right now. Okay.
Oh, I want this ad. This guy's like got like an angel wing or something.
He does.
I don't know what that's about, but
It's German.
I keep getting Pacific Rim 2 ads.
Now it's pristine quality. Huh. And it's not laggy at all. What gives? Now it's lagging. Now it's turning down. Like I don't know what's happening. Should I play maybe not use it on Chrome or something? I don't know. It's so strange.
I don't know.
It's game 4 anyway. Oh well. So game 3, right? So okay. Can I do this? Oh, PogChamp. Okay, we good. I guess you can. I guess it's a delayed on Twitch, right? How much delay is there actually? Is it bad?
I don't know. We're on Puckett now. He's talking.
Did you not see me draw this?
Now you are no now.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I'll draw the Sharingan into his eyes, into Sideshow's eyes, and you tell me when that happens.
Okay. All right. He has gone full Sharingan.
Okay, it's like 5 to 7 seconds, I would think. Okay, we gotta live with it for now. Now it's like, I mean, can I not close chat like real?
Just hit the little tap thingy.
This is great. Now the VOD is running while I'm not seeing anything. Okay. By the way, today Crumbs is actually not wearing his pinky ring.
Oh wow, how fabulous.
Yeah. Got that bling watch on though. I think you, as the haircut expert for Overwatch League, should be a little bit more upset about player pictures not being updated with their actual looks.
Sorry, I don't have the same interests in.
Try to get that on overwatchleague.com.
Hair watch.
Hair watch.
Beauty watch.
Yeah.
Should we go like full on top 10 hottest boys in Overwatch League type shit?
I didn't say that, but if that's where your mind wanders, I guess.
I mean, there's some pretty boys, I'm not gonna lie. Some handsome young men.
True. True. Jalen is trying to be Jonak. Fails. Serious epitomized. Jaehong tries to be Jonak. Fails. Okay, so let's get.
You know, Visor's like dead, right?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
only using stream now.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, I usually pause and then show the situation anyway. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but I gotta.
That is what it is.
I gotta. Maybe I'll talk to the Visor guys. I don't know. I mean, now it's also degrading sort of here. I don't know what to do against it really. Maybe use a lighter browser possibly. Or just download VODs is probably the smartest thing you could do. And then get some third-party tool for Windows, and then yeah, then it's actually I mean, Visor or Mayhem. I think it's called Mayhem. It's still the best idea. So getting Toby here is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I love it when you see clear calls in gameplay, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
like for instance here, right? This little push where they get they get Toby off of like a chip damage or like a Hanzo arrow. And it's like here in a bit, they will just go, push means go, and then they all go that direction, and it's fairly simultaneously. Now this is not anything amazing, but it's just obviously tells you that someone's shot calling.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had no name tags on, right, you could at the very least say from this play alone that this isn't Dallas, right?
I mean,
Just saying. Push means go.
I guess.
Does Seoul actually win that?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. They're losing the Mercy? Wow, okay, that's mental. So wait. So they commit into this. And it is sort of hard to get them out of there. But Flutter already has a tire. So what does he get with the tire? He gets Meko.
Meko, yeah.
That's... And Zumba gets Arc before. That's also huge.
Yeah.
And then Munchkin just cleans up. Wow. Does he get Libero? Oh, okay. Extra stagger. And the emote. Wow. Ah, this just tumbles along. I don't know. It's crazy how much more difficult it is to take Hollywood first, right?
It's a pain.
It's probably one of the best defense points in on hybrid, right?
Yeah, that or Nambani maybe.
Yeah. Oof.
It
Okay, getting Meko there.
it does feel like New York does have like either just really wonky strats or like they have a hard time with first points.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Did they really have to
Oh
overlap?
my
that?
god, Flatter. Actually gets Libero. That hurts. My bad. Okay, so they're waiting for Libero to come back. Meko switches it. Why does he... Oh yeah, okay, never mind. He was demacked. Still hurts, but... Why do you want to bomb? The backline, right? Yeah, nice.
Probably.
Forces a trance, that's fine.
Or zone them like to high ground. Or zone them off the high ground maybe.
Thing is, why do they engage so hard when the trance has just been popped? I feel like they could have used that terrain to more to their advantage and not engage as hard. Even though I don't know how time sensitive that was. It feels like you could dance around better without committing. I mean, it seems to go well though. Brush. Just brushed.
Brushed. Are they actually gonna swing this?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Fly is just like, yes, Tire is actually an anti-air ult. I'm Junkrat and this is Junkertown. Wow. Flutter is now on Widow and I feel it's too late. I get it if you get so many kills with your Oh, they actually hold him here? Okay. I mean, now you
It'd be too late if they were if they were holding high ground, but
Yeah.
New York just forfeited high ground, so he just gets free reign. He can just get up there however he wants.
Yeah. Now he gets to peek into a choke again too. And now that also forces Sebi to be on Widow. And I think that's actually a thing you want. You want flat against another Widow? So Seoul is
Probably.
pretty well off here. Libero again on Hanzo. It's pretty nice to see that Mercy seems to be in a situation where she's not oppressive, but she has like meta niches, right?
Mm-hmm.
For certain submaps, and then for certain parts of maps and whatnot. It's pretty cool.
Yep. She's nice and balanced. It doesn't feel completely lame to play against.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Miro walked into that self-destruct.
A Mero walks into a bar. Self-destruct.
Ouch. I don't think the double sniper comp works nearly as well as they hoped it would when you have such little time. Yeah, you're relying on basically two people to hit picks. I would have liked to see Widow Genji personally, but
Is he bleeding?
didn't hate it. Who?
No. That looked like down here. That looked like he had blood on it.
Oh yeah, kind of.
This is for his sweat, right? Sweaty hands.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're getting nicely hydrated. I mean, so far this this Hollywood looks terrible from NYXL. I feel like
It's rough.
they get advantages, but they have a hard time converting on it. Oh, what? Mercy Moira. Okay.
Double, yeah, you just pocket Libero, and then you leave Moira to heal the dive.
So they just shoot up the club here, basically, right? Like they just come in and
Guess.
Like this is such a gangsta ass shit here. Like just run in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Balls to the wall. But there again, you look at the stylistic choice between like their Hanamura and now it's like obviously you don't want this comp on streets.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hate this comp on streets. But it's great for point A.
Yeah. Ooh.
Whew. That boop was massive.
Now Munchkin on
Whew. What a hook.
This is pretty solid. Like, that's the third Roadhog player Seoul has had in 2.5 maps.
Munchkin is a good hooker. What can I say?
Yeah. True. Okay. Okay, Jaehong now with the ultimate. I wonder if Moira could seriously be like a saving grace to Seoul in stage 3. Where they just play it a lot, and therefore his weakness is not as pronounced. Because we do see a bunch of Moira, right? Like, did
A little bit, yeah.
did you watch Element Nuskik today?
Not yet.
Okay, I wonder if they played. Do we
Fairly
know
sure it
if
was a bunch of
Gambler
Sombra.
plays Moira?
I'm
So-
sure he has, but
Real talk, Moira, I feel like, and this might be very ignorant, but I don't think Moira is actually hard to play.
I think it goes a lot along with like the Mercy like stuff where it's just like you just have to be very aware. Like there's less options for you to choose, and it puts a lot of emphasis on like very strict fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, no, you don't really have to aim. Both heroes really don't have to aim, but your positioning is immensely important. Like you can't just fly around as Mercy and just herp derp. I'm gonna like left click spam. Like, no, you can't do that. Like you're just gonna get popped out of the sky. And like, yes, while she's not difficult in like the strict definition, at least not to me. But I think that there's other things about her that make her very nuanced. It's like, okay, min-maxing when to use like damage orb and healing orb, and like, looking at like the geometry of certain points and maybe strategizing attacks around those said points to get like, healing orb cleave or damage cleave, stuff like shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, is that difficult per se? I don't know. I guess that's a little bit subjective. That's up to the person, I suppose. Some people think it's hard. Some people think it kind of comes naturally.
Yeah, I mean, I played a load of Moira, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it feels like you always have a get out of jail card, and there's our friend with the angel wings again. But I think it really helps you if you're bad at positioning. Like getting Moira actually takes a considerable amount of setup, I feel like. So positioning fundamentals are more important. Do we think that suits Jaehong better or Gambler Toby? Just wondering because Jaehong was playing it there. That's a good question. Like, wasn't Gambler also like a very assertive personality? Am I remembering this correct?
Yeah, no, you're right. He was quite the leader when it came to LW.
Okay.
I just don't know if that kind of leadership is going to work with Seoul. It's like, yes, like they're both leaders, but I don't know if that's going to translate the same way that Jaehong's leadership is translated, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, they're both leaders, but they lead differently, I feel like. So I don't know if that's going to be beneficial or if that's going to hurt Seoul if we swap Jaehong for Gambler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll have to see in stage 3. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see when and where they play him. Could be for Mercy maps, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. In general, like chemotherapy, I think it depends on which archetypical player type you would switch the Moira out for. Do you switch him out for the Zen, Lucio, Mercy, or do you switch her in for for the Anna, Mercy, Lucio, or do you switch him in for the Zen? And depending on that, I would probably decide if I actually just really honestly not feel Jaehong. And that feels a little crazy. Like, it's a little loony to say that you bench Jaehong. But at this point, so, like, yes, he has some right clicks, but there's nothing flashy about his Zen play.
No, nothing really stands out, and it echoes the stats. Look at stage 1 stats for Zen's. Like, he's does all right, but it's nothing to really like write home to mom about.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Zen has dominated the meta so far, or at least in Overwatch League. Will that change when we go into stage 3 with, a potential patch change? Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see less just Zen Lucio pairing, and you're going to see more Mercy Lucio. You're going to see more Moira Lucio. Obviously, it depends on the map and the roster that you're fielding. But I mean, you could even see you're going to see more Ana. You're going to be able to see Toby be a little bit more flexible, or you're going to see Jaehong be a lot more flexible in terms of his hero picks, because there's maps I feel like you could probably run Mercy Ana or Mercy Moira, on certain points. If you're running maybe like a soldier comp, like you could run Mercy Moira perfectly fine, and it does well against Sombra. So it's. Again, I think it plays into Soul's hand. Maybe it frees up Jaehong a little bit more, and they're going to have Gambler, so it's going to add to that support line that's been a little bit lacking.
Want to hear a crazy suggestion for Soul?
What?
If it is true what they are saying about Boston Slasher, why would you not pursue Neko?
I don't know. He never really stood out to me.
Really?
To be honest with you, yeah.
I
no.
think he's nuts. I think he
Really?
Yeah, I think he's definitely the third best Zen in the league.
Really?
Yeah, and he's not that far behind, I feel like.
It doesn't feel like it. And last time I checked the stats, granted that was midway through stage 1, or towards the end of stage 1 when Broy had mentioned that. He didn't really nothing really stood out. First kills were fairly low, or not fairly low, but average. I guess I'd have to look again. He piqued my interest. Let me look.
I feel like when I look at Neko, and obviously I have a different. That sometimes you shape your perception around what people say, but obviously I haven't specifically looked at Neko, but it's like. Wait, I actually got to do this. It's like he's not really a huge. He sticks out to me simply because I look at it more, but I would have to probably give it a little bit more rigor and see how that holds up. I think it drastically changed in stage 2 for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean,
better for worse.
Yeah, you can look at that development.
I don't think he's bad by any means, but top 3, that's pretty strong.
Let's see. For worse, okay. I mean, we can check. And obviously this doesn't naturally this is just stats, right? So nobody misinterprets that. We're just looking at raw stats and okay, so kills in the top 15%. Dies a little often. This is general now. 20 people to compare to. Top 15% therefore is a third. Ult efficiency is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. His kills are
First
decent.
kills.
Is this for stage 1 or just overall?
This is overall. And now we're looking at stage 2. His crazy PTK share. No, this is Anna. My bad. Yeah. You're right. You're smart. You're smart. He actually did drop. Wow. Okay. Can we do this side by side? Does this work? Okay.
Well, I mean, you can kind of write this off because they didn't have Gamsu for the first couple games.
Fair.
You know what I mean? There is going to be some drop off in terms of Boston's performance because they didn't have their main tank, which is obviously kind of a huge deal. But it's, I don't know. I think he's all right. I think he's above average, but I don't know. He's been pretty quiet for me. Maybe it's just this stage that kind of gives me a little bit of recency bias, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's all right. Does Seoul want him though? Um, I don't know. I don't think they do. Obviously, like, yeah, I don't think stage three's meta is going to be as heavily dominated by Zen as this one was.
Yeah, I mean, the real play for Soul is to beat Bazzi with his stupidness and just get him to play flex again and import that guy.
Yeah,
I don't know how old he is, so
the kid's nuts.
yeah. So let's see. This is, I mean, this is pretty solid. So this is just stage one. The fact that, like, earlier I saw that he dies less now, and I already looked at it. It's not map pool dependent, so I think this should suggest to me not that he plays more passively, but I would wager a guess, and we could look this up, but we're not going to now. But I wager a guess that Boston takes longer in order to take fights in general than that's why their death per 10 went down.
Possible, yeah.
Because it's very unusual that a team loses more
It dies less.
and it dies less, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nekoserapol is, I mean, his Ana looked pretty sweet here, just like roughly speaking. Like, this is strong enough to not just be an outlier in terms of statistics.
Mm.
It looks at least serviceable, even though it's only an hour, and we don't know against whom that was, but...
I just think Seoul could adapt a bit when it comes to, like, very hard and fast metas that they don't necessarily... I don't think they even necessarily have to put Jaehong on Zen all the time. I think you could, create a style around Jaehong and putting him on Ana and letting him take that comfort pick, because the Zen just, it's not good. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up to par. It hasn't been, it ever was. Just his Ana just looks way, 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 way better. And then, I gotta come back to that point where you're like, maybe you see less Jaehong come stage 3, and I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see exactly what plays. Yeah, I don't like saying it. I want to see Jaehong. I want to see Jaehong on it though. Like, his Moira isn't like bad, but I haven't seen enough of it to say if it's like good or bad, and it's kind of hard to judge. But when it comes to Mercy, it's like, yeah, I don't really want him on it. I want him on Ana. If I have to put him on Zen, I would. Do I put him on Lucio? Probably not. And that's like, okay, well, now you have a gambler. And it's like, if the intangibles are just as copy and paste as we hope they are, then yeah, I think that you could just sub in gambler and maybe it'd be better.
Yeah. Depends
Mm-hmm.
how that meshes with Toby or whatever. But because Toby has been shot calling for the most part, right? So this is the old series. Wait, where was the Twitch WOD? Is this Twitch WOD? Oh. Wait, was it? Yeah, okay. Okay. Dynasty has yet to lose an escort map in stage 2. So that's the first one they lose. Okay. Respectable. The thing is, it feels like Seoul hit every single one of their opponents while they were still either boosting up or in freefall. Like, okay, so let's substantiate this. So if we're looking at overwatchleague.com, looking at schedules.
Did they play LA before Fissure?
We'll see. I think early Fissure, actually.
Okay.
So
they're still trying to bring him into the fold.
Yeah, I mean, Valiant is very weak. Shock. Shock has been coming better recently too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So getting them early is pretty good. Okay, Dallas Fuel, whatever. I mean, they were. This might actually be counter to what I was saying because let's see, because it might be that they actually played XQC here. Yeah, okay. I guess this was still Prime Dallas.
I mean, but Prime Dallas is like not still very good.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the sad part.
Sadly true. Okay, we're going back. 22. This is Gladiators, and this is still week 2 Gladiators. And yes, they do have Fissure at this point, obviously.
But it's still like very early into Fissure's integration. So like you don't want to write it off like hard, but you can excuse it, I think, for the most part. And say that I feel like if they play come Sunday, like if they somehow, make stage playoffs, both teams make stage playoffs, I think that's going to be a tighter series.
Yeah. Makes sense. Huh. Okay, so they do play a Hanzo. And they are in love with the Hanzo, dude. Huh.
Well, I can't say that, I'd be interested to see if, how many teams are actually scrimming Hanzo, though. The only other team I could think of that I would think that actually would try to is Dallas.
Yeah.
You could put Siegel on it. You could put Taimu on it. Maybe even Rascal. You can put him on it. Like, I don't think I've seen anybody else in the league that like plays like a mean Hanzo. Maybe Nevix. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if this is just like, all right, well, we know what we're supposed to do with Hanzo. Do you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's pretty good.
So. Stage 3. Sweeping out Toby. Okay, so I think we might see Gambler as a main support in Stage 3, swiping out Toby and Jaehyung per map. Mercy has still been in enough comps to warrant that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the question is how, like, this is almost more like a social structure thing more than anything else. And there so far hasn't been a precedent that looked like, yes, certainly from a gameplay perspective, Gambler and Toby and Jaehyung looked replaceable, but that doesn't mean that they actually will do that. Like, okay, so let me dial back on that. I think Toby has looked replaceable really consistently.
Really?
No, he should be playing.
Yeah, he has. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Jaehyung, on the other hand, at times you might want to replace him because it feels like he can only, like, they're only putting him on Zen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there shouldn't be a world where Toby's playing Ana over Jaehyung. Like, either his Jaehyung or his Ana is that bad now that they have to keep him on Zen, or
yeah, I mean, the thing is, then you would need to play Toby on Jaehyung. That's the problem with the current setup, right? That you want your Zen main to just play 100% Zen. It's the most important thing. And therefore, I realized that, like, not switching the specialist off makes sense in a way. But, like, yeah, I mean, you want Jaehyung on Diana. I get it. But
it just doesn't line up with like their hero pools at all, and it sucks because it's like another. You could almost write this off as another meta of like Seoul just not hitting dead nuts on with the meta, where it's like they're just missing certain heroes from the hero pool, and it's not that they're missing them. It's just they're just not very good at it.
Yeah,
like his Zen just isn't up to par. Like I don't know. I don't think it's very good. It's not. It doesn't warrant the world class title. I feel like everybody else on this team, for the most part, Miro obviously is questionable, highly questionable at times. But overall, this is a world-class team, and I don't feel like there should be a reason that you have someone who's like fifth best Zen in the game. It's like that's going to be a big target, and you're watching a team just abuse that.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like much of what was a problem in the past for Seoul, like these problems always existed. Like, okay, so it wasn't as problematic when Jae-hong was still on Ana because he could just win these duels, right?
Yeah.
And then Miro was always, like, after maybe already in Apex Season 3, to be honest, was always sort of like not the best tank in the world and possibly a liability. So what masked over that was first Jae-hong at that time, and also the fact that D.Va was still different. So Zumba could just feel out the game again and like protect everyone, right? But that doesn't work anymore because like the Matrix is so limited, and you can't have two children running into traffic. You can only save one. You
Right.
gotta choose, right? So
Well, that was the good thing about what was it, season 3? I think that was like the big Sombra busting tanks meta that Lunatic High started to run. Where it's like, yeah, you don't have, now you don't have the defense matrix to save both kids, but back then you did, and you could like eliminate one of the cars really quickly, like to play with the metaphor.
yeah.
But like just to operate within who we still have on Seoul Dynasty, then yeah, like you're running out of defensive options, and then your support line obviously just isn't actually up to snuff anymore in terms of like compared to other top teams. Like, yes, Toby and Jae-hong are like some of the best in the Overwatch League, yes, but in comparison to New York, London, and maybe even LA Gladiators, like put them up against Chaz and Big Goose, like they're comparable almost, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah, I agree. So let's keep this rolling. Okay, he's contesting this. Having vision of that is also pretty sweet. He's pushing it all out by himself. I mean, yes, he's damage boosted, but
You don't want to get scattered. I mean, shit.
yeah,
Look at him.
yeah,
You just get popped.
yep.
I feel like that's I feel like you could dive that though. Like scatter doesn't get anything. It's like, okay, I feel like that's diveable. The only problem is that you don't have Lucio, but
You will see in a sec.
yeah.
Okay. Alright, Libero. I see you.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He just like there is a tracer here.
Sharingan, dude.
I was gonna say it, but I was like, no.
It's actually a Tensei gun.
Oh.
Now you're out of your
Oh.
depth. Like, I was thoroughly lectured by a student today on all of this.
Oh really? The KK Genkai or whatever the fuck, the
Yeah,
bloodlines?
Yeah.
That's fucking legit. Make him write an essay on it. Tell him you'll pass him if you do. Tell him he has to write it in English. Extra credit.
Definitely. Oof. Yeah, I mean, if it rains, it pours, right? Jesus Christ. Whoa. Okay, wait. Swoosh. Did it just jump? Come on, Twitch. Don't be a doozy. So now here, Jae-hong, and he tries to survive against... Look here. Mom is like, no, don't run into traffic. And then it's like, Toby's like, here, take this pillow so you don't fall as hard. And here comes the train. Too bad.
Yep.
By the way, pretty sweet observing here. Let's see this again. So they go, okay, they follow Sebiolbi, who is basically the focal point of the action. Then when he isn't anymore, and they see the Hanzo arrow coming, they're doing the Apex thingy where people were screaming about. Where's the Reddit post actually about this clip? Why is nobody praising them? Huh? It's crazy how that works, right? Like one teacher's like 10 threats, but if you got some good observing, it's like, yeah, but my opinion from earlier is no longer valid, and you can't expect.
Well, I mean, so one clip. I don't know. Does that change Reddit's mind? Maybe, but
true.
I'm just kind of selfish and just want more third or free cam. Makes my life easier.
True.
But obviously that can't happen because like nobody wants to see that. I want to see time to aim.
Dude, we're nerds that look at the game through fucking Excel spreadsheets. Like nobody's going to keep up with this nerdery.
That's why I'm like, you know, that like backwater back channel plan to like have somebody like record the mini map, like just pay someone off to do it. Like, I don't know, it looks real tasty right now.
Yep.
Looking real good.
By the way, if any one of you is Korean and wants to, what can we offer him? What can we offer him? Realistically?
No.
We click the ads on your website. That's what we can offer.
I'll click your ads.
Oh my lord, yeah. I mean, he didn't have to do a lot of damage, but how nonchalantly he does this is pretty ouchy. Okay, so you will have to retreat here. Now the blade comes in. So wait, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Where's the blade? There's the blade. So he's pretty low already. Boom. From the spectator client, this actually felt a little dodgy, but so wrong that he couldn't push towards forward after killing Jae-hong. Weird that Mako got demacked.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, let's find out. Let's answer this question here. So, the question is, what went so wrong that they couldn't push forward after killing Jae-hong? And then it didn't end up mattering, but it's still a good question to ask.
Wait, what's the question?
The question is, what went so wrong that they couldn't push forward after killing Jae-hong? Weird that Meko got demacked. So let's see. Meko's over here. They're counter diving. Oh, he gets stuck by Munchkin. Yeah, maybe he's a little bit, because he's exposing his entire back to this. While he doesn't have as much matrix, you could argue that he should probably be more like in that pocket here, like a little bit more forward and not shooting in order to keep himself alive. But it doesn't matter because he has back anyway. Oh my! Oh, that's a lobster. That's a dominance hierarchy assumed here. Look at this. Boom. That's life. Wait. What's hello darkness, my old friend.
He's like, no.
I come to talk to you again. And Yiska forgot the rest of the text. She's just going to assume he knows. And the sound of silence. Dead. Okay. Alright. Oh my, no, he did not do it to him. Look at this.
Hmm.
This is beautiful justice. Not that it matters whatsoever in this fight, but
Oh, like the re-kill?
look at Fleta, what he does to Libero.
Yeah. He headshots him with scatter arrow. Reflected scatter arrow.
Oh my. That's a beaut. Don't see that often.
No, you definitely don't.
That's something you don't see every day. Thank God. Yeah, this is just a bad blade. Fleta felt bad after this. Like, and he should. I mean, this is also, like, reflecting a full scatter arrow is nuts all charge, potentially.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Moira damage orb.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing they have to be careful with.
When the Moira meta comes? Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Can't just toss those balls out no more. Because if there's a Genji, which there probably won't be, but if there is, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, I understand that he wants to switch to Widow, but I feel like you can still try a power play here with Genji. And, like, if you have Blade, you might as well use it here, so...
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Doesn't have much less impact than that on Widow anyway, so doesn't matter. Oh yeah,
I feel like Seoul just has like a really hard time like fighting into the Hanzo. Like they it feels like they're just not very comfortable fighting into it. I can't imagine that teams scrim this much, but it's got to be a little rough. Because it feels like there's times where they could engage onto him and just jump on him like a McCree without a flashbang. You just jump on his ass. Like, what is he going to do? No scatter arrow, no recon? Like, okay, great. Like, I'm going to just jump on you now.
Interesting that Ilibero doesn't post up top, right? No, he does.
Is he not?
No, he does, but...
Yeah.
Because generally you want to, but I wonder if he's just scared of Fleta and wants to put as many bodies as possible between him and
Yeah,
Fleta.
definitely.
That's a bamboozle. Now he's on top. Okay.
I feel like once the tanks push up, then he can take high ground.
Libero normally holds scatter forever, though. Okay. Nice observation. I like the Widow switch here, but I think Fleta just gave him too much trouble. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. As long as he has impact still on the ground, this is not a problem. Especially if he can be kept alive, which he did. So, for the most part, anyway. Huh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now he switches to Hanzo again. I feel like this has not been highlighted as well, because, okay, so I didn't watch the series with a woken eye before, and I still saw nobody talk about the Hanzo, which is as a huge play share now, like comparatively to what we usually see in terms of Hanzo.
Yeah, definitely. This is probably the most we've seen Hanzo in a while. I mean, we saw a little bit on Junkertown there and again, but not this often.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's just a New York thing. Like, nobody else is running this.
Yeah. Dallas should be running this.
It could. They have the players to supplement it.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they have the appeal though. Like it feels like you need a backline like Jonik and Arc to
Yeah, definitely.
either create
it's like-
diversion or just have super solid peel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was... Oh my god, that pulse bomb. It was one of those fadeaway situations where you want to have it out before the blink, but it doesn't go out.
Oh no, he almost killed himself too.
Double sniper. Didn't Laura run hands on Route 66? Yeah, they actually did. Yeah, that's true. Maybe Libero and NYXL is looking for Libero to turn more into a Hansel specialist. Since
Well, they don't
Flower
have
will be
if they
coming
don't have
soon.
Pine right now. You know, it's like okay, well, if we can't have Tracer Widow, then I guess we'll just take the next best thing and take Tracer Hanzo. And you have someone who's actually that good at it, then you can make it work that way. I feel like now.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. I always felt like double sniper comps, you want there to be like enough open ground that you can take split angles and create the crossfire, but I don't know if like Gibraltar is the map to do it on. I feel like Hangar for Gibraltar is not bad for it, but like is point C like really that good for it though? It feels very linear, kind of narrow. I don't know if it's the best, but there again, they're very long and safe sightlines, so it's maybe that's what they're trying to play up towards. Play into the fact that Soul's Dive hasn't been that great. Make them swap to kind of meet them at a sniper.
Yeah.
Take the duel. You could double pressure them now because you know damn well they're not going to put somebody on Hanzo. Well, I guess not. You don't know. I guess you don't know if they will or not, but I'd guess that they probably wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is Soul's series to lose now, and they do. So
Yeah.
oh, that's a trade for trade, and now it's over. Or is it? Guess they reinforce quicker. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Huge anti-nade, yeah. Do you not blade there?
I'm not there yet.
No. Oh, boy, that was a blade like 5 seconds ago when you were nanoed.
I got to imagine that Libero probably thinks that they have ults. Oh no! How do they lose this map? I mean, obviously this is the first point, but like
Yeah.
that's like
They're just being rolled right now.
yeah. Like what? Where did they get like brick walled at? Like what the fuck? They're just running them over.
Yeah.
How do they lose this? Like this is like free positioning for streets. Like you could just take all the positions of the world here. Like you have the cream of the crop in terms of where you want to put your Widow, where you want to set up your front line. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and you're coming into it with an alt league.
Wait,
Like,
Wes, what's this trance? This is a trance from hell. I'm convinced. What's this?
is Jaehong trans?
Oh my god, they double support ultimate.
They double ulted. Why?
That's a trance from hell. Like,
That's
they
a counter throw.
so often do that, and then they lose the fight still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You would think that after, what, like 4 seasons of Apex and now half a season of Overwatch League, like these two players would be able to coordinate ultimates, right?
I would hope so. Like the only saving grace for that fight is that, like, Valk and Trans, like you can at least damage boost. You know what I mean? It's not like barriering and using Zen ult. You know,
Sneak to June.
it's not like completely.
Sneak to June. Oh my god, is he really? Okay. Yeah, that's true. He almost has trance again. Toby's close to Valk, but I mean, currently still hitting the breaking point where it still matters, so they would want it now. Oh my god, that's a pick. But he also gets Jaehong, and he gets Flutter. Okay, 4-4. Still gotta do some more work. Oh yeah, now it's okay. Can Libero? No. Oh, Jaehong is like, okay, so wow, that is brutal. I mean, not that it matters, but
Oh no.
I mean, Jaehong gets 2 nice kills on Libero here, but that is a feels bad, man. That's one sponsored by Miro. And you feel like he does that more than everyone else. Miro does ends up killing his supports more, or players more often. Like, I feel like I've seen him 3 times, like, kicking McCrease into your team with Deadeye up.
Do you really need a trans there though?
No.
I feel like it's really
don't need to
staggered.
Valk.
And they Valk. Why? They're just jumpy. They're like, oh, we're gonna win. Oh, we're gonna win. Let's win. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
This isn't Seoul, man.
Yeah.
The Seoul I know is like ice cold blood. Like, we never ult. We only ult when it's perfect, you know?
To be fair, the one thing that Lunatic High was only ever good at, if we're thinking about this, is at peaking at the most opportune time. Because they were never sick during the regular season, right?
No.
They were just, like, they
were good, but, like, they would drop maps.
Mm-hmm.
It was very typical for Lunatic High to lose in the playoffs and then come through losers bracket. Or what's effectively losers bracket.
Jaehong dies. It's dead in the water now. Okay. Why does no Fledder? Come on. Yeah. I don't know what's like. Fledder doesn't look like a best player in the Overwatch League at the moment.
No, hasn't for a bit now. Basically, all of stage 2, he hasn't looked nearly as good.
What is he getting afraid of if he goes Widow here? I don't understand.
Nothing really.
Okay, so Flutter goes full bot and stays on Soldier for almost entirely third, and they lose now. He wants to Visor so bad and wastes it like twice. He stays on Soldier after that. Hello. Yeah. Yep. Gets sliced up again.
Thank you. Finally, a good ult from Miro. Good lord.
Okay.
Never mind.
Still building up stuff, so. Hoofts. Yeah, oh wow, we're libero. Whew. Don't do it to him. Yeah. But yeah, they gotta be tilted after this.
That's rough.
Oh boy. Great cosplay, by the way. So, okay. I think we might do a perfect landing into Overwatch League, actually. For a quick. Okay. So, Ilios. Yeah, they probably should have won that, yeah.
Definitely. Better support alt timings, getting a little bit more value out of those, and then maybe even putting Flood out on Widow. Probably should have.
I don't know if it's a gameplay choice, but it feels like Mano and Sebiobi don't do that echo push style with Winston Tracer nearly as often as Prophet and Gesture do. It's
I
weird.
feel like they're good at it, but they're not like at the same level. Where like you look at Soul, Miro, and Munchkin are never on the same page. It's always Zunba and Munchkin.
Yeah. There's no synergy there. Yeah.
None whatsoever. And I can't necessarily fault them for it, just because like
They
they
haven't played
struggled to
much
find
together,
exactly
yeah.
who exactly.
I mean, it should be Bunny anyway. So
Probably, but I don't know. Munchkin probably frees them up to play different shit, a little bit more flexible, without losing too terribly much. You know, too terrible. Like the performance isn't like horrible, but that drastically different.
okay. So now they actually smash Jaehong. Okay. So Jonik is already heavy leading here. I mean, not in comparison to Jaehong, who also did a decent amount of damage, but he was getting dove, so before you die, you usually land a couple of headshots and whatnot. Yeah, the problem is that he gets trans first, and you can reasonably think that he should pop it immediately. Not anymore. But he does. Okay. It's just overkill on ultimates here, sort of. No, Jaeyoung trances. And Toby has support ult too. Oh my god, that was a little bit of a mechanical mistake. It looked like that Miro got stuck on that pillar while walking backwards. Okay. So
Did they really have to beat there?
No.
Seoul, man. Looking a lot like New York. I mean, obviously, you can't know that Munch is going to get a double kill like that, but I mean, you're on first pick. It's like, I don't know why you have to invest into that. It's like, I don't know.
Look at this. Like, when we looked at ultimate usage, right, from Winston's.
Mm-hmm.
Now, watch what Miro does here. He just pops in.
Yeah. Doesn't do anything.
Here, he almost gets Jonak, right? What does he do? Not go for...
Feeds.
Okay, so Jonak is now dead, but look at this. Just dies.
Yeah.
Like, he's super confused where everyone is, or where...
There's really no... The only rhyme or reason that I can, like, discern from his ults is that he uses it not to die a lot. Like, if you look at his defense, his death per time, like, they're actually, like, fairly good in comparison to other Winstons. But his ult efficiency is so bad. And that's been a theme since Apex Season 4.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that I can say that Miro is bad at, and it's not like a team thing, is his ults are abysmal.
When he used to be, like, the guy that invented, you know, that old timing stuff. But look at this. I mean, he doesn't time swings whatsoever. Like, look at this. So he jumps in, and then let's hold shift and let's hold left click
Mouse
at the same
yeah.
time. Look at this. I'm jumping. Now my jump is back off. Jumping, left click, left click. Like, this, no. Mate. It's now a timing game. You're now playing a 3D FGC.
Yeah, I kind of. Like, you actually have to juggle people.
Yeah.
It's not just jump around. Like, yeah, you're maximizing damage by jumping around because you get the landing kill or the landing damage, but it's not worth it if you can't actually land and hit people.
Yeah. Okay.
But look at Mono. Like, Mono, like, does it fairly well. Like, he's pushing people around and he's landing the jumps to hit the... Like, there's timing to it. It feels like there's a rhythm.
Yeah.
Miro's, there's no rhythm. It doesn't feel like there's even a reason for it.
And this is actually fairly hard to get right, by the way.
Yeah, by no means am I saying it's easy.
Like everyone that says Winston has no mechanics, just disregard his opinion about life and everything in general. It's no clue what he's talking about.
I don't know what Jaehong's doing over there. I don't think you have any business being over on their side of the map mid-fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Some serious, like, blunders out of this team. There goes Miro again. Just ults in.
Mm-hmm.
Dies.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's late in the fight. Like, you actually have to invest everything into this to try and win the map, but I don't know. It's rough.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Let's click a little bit forward. Hello, what? Oh, no. This is way deep. This is way deep. Hello?
Hmm?
Okay, so here. About here. Okay. So runes from everything we know in the past should go to Dynasty, and NYXL managed to take it solely, but taking important fights inside left. Let's see. Chunked. Oh. Yeah. Whew. Don't know what Martin was doing there, but okay. That's now easy peasy. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like you in that state you basically want to do the Houston thing where you play Widow as much as possible so Fleta can duel them and just win.
Yeah, I feel like this map definitely should go to Seoul Dynasty. It'd be a different story if they had Pine.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah. Then it would be a lot closer in terms of just predictions, but yeah, I don't know how they lose this, if they do actually lose this.
Oh. Wow. Why do I say positioning like there? Wait, what? That was a buzz. Okay, so Mako is still building uphold. So now he throws it out. Okay, so where does it come? It's somewhere top here. So I guess it lobs over and hits Toby. I mean, that loses the fight, but Munchkin also gets plenty hit. Is this one of those Poco bombs?
I don't know.
Coco pops?
It felt kind of like the kill timing that Sabiobi actually gets on Jaehong, I felt was kind of indicative. I felt like Sabiobi actually kind of zoned Toby out and pushed him into a bad position. Where maybe it was a Poco bomb, whereas like I can't really tell exactly where this is going, but I know that I don't want to get one clipped. So he tries to go back up to Fleta, the bomb kind of like squeezes out, and you're like, oh fuck, well, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Which is great coordination, it feels like. You know, it doesn't feel like it's a coincidence that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Damn.
Okay, watch now how they fight inside even when down.
I mean, like, right there, like, Sabiobi has, like, the fucking hero play where he just comes around and just one clips Widow just to even the fight. The kid's just putting the team on his back.
What was that tech?
What am I watching for?
The Widow pop. What?
Oh, shit, what the fuck? He got the fuck out of there. He was like, nope. That was nuts.
Wow. No, I think he grapples. Like, let's look at this.
It's the small set of bricks, right?
Yeah, he grapples against him, hits it weirdly,
Yeah, and he just goes flying.
and just gets air, insane amounts.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so shoot. Yeah, it's definitely here. Is that the hook? I'm not sure. Wish we were on visor still. This would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely the bricks. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, it's weird. It's not like he gets velocity from anything else, right?
No, yeah, it's got to be like something strange about hitting it at a certain angle, and then it's bizarre.
Sinatra's playing tonight. Whew.
Yeah,
It's actually a very good night of Overwatch League games, by the way.
yeah, it's not bad. Last game's a bit forgettable, but who knows? Koreans are coming in. Maybe they could do something.
Okay, so Fleta gets a kill here. Gets another one. Badly timed bomb.
So they're 2 up.
Yeah.
Jaehong dies. They're still 2 up at this point.
Heyo.
Hello.
Yeah.
We're streaming right now, but not
Oh,
much
sorry.
longer.
No,
No problem.
you're fine.
You can be here.
Just no, rip.
Don't sue me. Did she leave?
Yeah, she left.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean this is straight bots. Like, okay, and now
It just falls apart. Like
Just
they have
for
leads
good
and
measure,
they just
yeah.
cannot convert on it.
Jesus.
It comes down to the fucking Winston Tracer synergy. Like there is no it's difficult to clean up fights when it's just down to like Zunba.
So, like, look at this, right? Look at this. And you can come back in, Peggy, by the way. Like, okay, so they lose this. Tell me this feels like a league game to them. How they celebrate. And that's exactly why I think London is sandbagging when they play against a Korean team. Because this is a small championship. They don't care.
Yeah.
This feels like a final here. How is that not a final? It's exactly how people after winning a final would behave.
I mean, I guess it depends on the people, but
Yeah. But this is
Oh,
the,
yeah, no, I see what you mean.
number one team in the Overwatch League in terms of standings right now. Like, and they just won a regular season game against another team. But so much more than that.
yeah. It's more to them than just like a regular season just victory.
Yeah, and that's why like the incentive structure is just completely different from what we imagine, and that's why people think it's so unlikely that someone would sandbag when it's just like they just value winning big matches much higher.
Mm-hmm.
Fleta has an inside. Has your inside. Boom. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Okay, Joe. Before we go offline, right? Give me some predictions for tonight.
These are rough.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say just kind of off the cuff, not even really looking at the map pool or anything. Like, I like LA overall compared to Philly, where I feel like Fraggy has been a bit of a liability in the past. Has he played better with like EQO? Yes. But it depends on who they play. Are they playing Carpe? Who knows? I'll say 3-1 LA.
Mm-hmm. I would say also 3-1 LA and then about 70% LA.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
Oh shit.
Florida San Fran. That's a. I'll say. That's so hard. I guess it really depends on how Sinatra affects the team. I've heard really, really good things, but that was stage 1 and like preseason. I'll say 3-2 San Fran.
3-2.
Okay. I think it's gonna be close.
Okay, I respect that. Let me look at my predictions. Where did I go? I went. Oh, come on! Don't fat finger, boy. No Oh god, I'm fat fingering. Save. No, where did I put it? Oh well. Okay, so just on top of my head, I went 55% Florida here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's basically what mine would have been like if I did percentages. It'd be like maybe 60-40 San Fran, or maybe 55-50, or 55-45.
And then Shanghai Dragons against Houston, and keep in mind they have Ado and Fearlesson.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't just hard sell because you don't know exactly how the Koreans are going to affect the team. Maybe they breathe some new life into this team. Do I think they're going to win by any means? Probably not. But I feel like in terms of specifically to the prediction game on Winston's Lab, I feel like people are going to go a little bit too ham against them. So I feel like 85-15 in favor of Outlaws probably is like a decent bet.
85-15, okay.
Like, I've seen weirder. Like, look at Apex Season 1. Like, Envious had no business beating Rogue. They get Mickey, meta changes. Like, well, then they beat Rogue and they win the championship. Like, I've seen crazier shit happen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would be a huge upset. Like,
yeah,
it's a little upsetting to me. That's my personal upset that Geggery is not here.
Yeah.
And then also Sky, obviously. I think Sky,
if they had the full roster, I feel like this would be way closer.
Yeah, it feels like Sky would probably be the single player that would turn this around, like, by himself the most, because I feel like you could plug and play him much
easier
than now Koreans, obviously. And
because
I think they probably learned some Chinese, but in the time, but you can't expect them to have any synergy, and now they're forced to play these players. But at the same time, like, if Fearless and Ado actually have synergy already built up, maybe
it's possible. Yeah,
maybe we'll see some crazy stuff. Possible.
Some crazy shit.
Yeah. Anyway, Overwatch League starting up. Go to the main broadcast. Thanks for watching for those that stuck around. Thanks especially Chemotherapy, but especially also, of course, the others that kept asking questions, like Jin or Marta, then the Average Bear. Yeah, so I don't know, like, tomorrow I will probably do one by myself if you don't want to, because I'm European and I'm definitely not blessed with a job that allows me to watch the further than the half of the second match, and that's already being a very reckless adult. But yeah,
for sure. I got some shit to do tomorrow, but if there's times that line up, I'm always down to watch some VODs for sure.
All right, cool. Then see you stream, and then have fun watching Overwatch League. Later.
Bye.